Seriously, why do you wait like the extra 4 seconds, guys? How's it going, everyone? I hope you're having a good day, a good evening. It is Monday. Oh my gosh, we're back. Yes, I survived the epic live stream, the OLED giveaway of Friday night. Whew. A little insane. Just a little bit insane. That being said, we already have a super chat popping off. Got Mr. Pete 1985 with the $2. All right. It says, we'll switch OLED, increase my max bench. I don't know. Let me see here. Hold on. Here's the original switch. Here's OLED. Hold on. Let me get that back of it here. Hold on. You got a two-handed bench, right? Oh, I can only get about 3 in. Hold on. Let me grab the OLED quick here. 4. Oh, yeah. There you go. Yeah. Oh, yeah. OLED will increase that max bench. It does weigh a little bit more, to be fair. Like a smidge, like, God, less than half a pound. How you guys doing tonight? I'm echoing, huh? Hold up. I got you. 1 second. We'll fix that echo. We'll fix it. And we'll fix it in 3, 2, 1. All right. We're good? All good? Right? No more echoing? No more echoing? We're good? Please say we're good. I'm pretty sure we're good now. I'm like 98% sure we're good. No echoing? We're good? All right, good. Got it. How you guys doing? Welcome back. So yeah, thank you so much for that super chat earlier. We'll get a little shot going for you. Might not go as crazy as Friday night. I don't know. Friday night was insane on its own. We're going to do a little cap shot here. We're not going to do anything too crazy. We're not getting out the full shot glass tonight. Just little cap shots. We're a little Goldschlager. Almost spilled it. Oh my gosh. But yeah, how you guys doing? Thank you guys so much for the support that you guys have been showing the channel over the years. I greatly appreciate it. I'm gonna shout out everyone who's here in the chat to get started here. So let me back all the way up. Let's see here. We had James Mitchell here. Welcome, man. Crazy's Koth is here. Some Japanese username that I can't pronounce. We got James Mitchell. I think I already said hi to you. Skyrim Legendary 2030 BC Hack and Slash. Holy crap, what a name. Brian C is here. We got Seahawks 24 Rule. By the way, Brian C and Seahawks 24 Rule are both mods and members of the board of directors of Nintendo Prime. We actually are at 186 right now. 14 away from 200. We will do a new giveaway if we hit 200 tonight. All right, moving on. We got Menace is here. We got Dalan Silla is here. Logan LeBlanc is here. Welcome, man. Logan LeBlanc is another member of the board of directors of Nintendo Prime. So is Crazy's Koth. So Gavin Prince is here as well. Scrolling on down that list. More 1 2 3 2 1 underscore plus Logan LeBlanc 2 members of the board of directors of Nintendo Prime. I think I've shouted out Logan LeBlanc like 4 times now. Rock and Roll is here as well. Another member of the board of directors. Let's see here. Scroll down. This is Christopher Colazzo is here. Angel Velasco is here. If you want to shout out, just say something in the chat quick, guys. Jammy Jam is here. Jonathan Mealy, Mercurius is here. Konnichiwa, man. How's it going? We got Arctic here, another member of the board of directors of the Nintendo Prime. Welcome. We got the Elemental Hero, the Shadow Link, Dragon Wolf King is here. Finita Rojas is here. We got Poop Master, because, you know, what would we be without a Poop Master? Number 4. It reminds me of Mambo number 5. Okay, you gotta watch those copyright strikes. We got Liz M. How's it going? Humanopoly is here. Jonathan Mealy. Let's see here. Charles Trudell is here. Camelot 331 is up in here. Hold up, Camelot. Hold up. I mean, how could I not air horn? Mr. Camelot 331 being here says, I'm working on increasing my bench to 450, so I need to get one. Oh, dude, you're trying to get the 450. Let me tell you. You throw the dock in with this bad boy. Oh, my God. Telling you. It's a beefy boy. How you guys doing? We got Jonathan Mealy. I think I said hi already. Try to scroll on down and get everyone here. We got Tony0096 is here as well. Sean Connolly. Josepha Wolf is here, another member of the board of directors. Welcome. We have Churros. Ooh, I love churros. Christopher Colazzo is here. Gavin Prince is here. Mr. Pete 1985, who did our first super chat of the night. Thank you so much. Technically, that Nintendo Prime bastard did, but nobody invited him, so he doesn't matter. Let's see here. Humanopoly is here and has a question. We'll get to that in a bit. We are taking questions on Switch OLED. I'm just doing shoutouts for now. We got Sean Connolly is here. Timmer Jr. along with Josepha Wolf, 2 members of the board of directors. Welcome. Let's see here. Bassin Elgo Harry, right? Did I say that right? Shiny Ray 01. Seguin the Pikachu fan, group 678. We got Felicia Fee. Ooh, going on down. We got Better Electrically. All right, another member of the board of directors of Nintendo Prime. Narcisco Pedro DeFox is here. Welcome, man. We got Fire Kitty, Flippin', Joseph Erickson, Zico, Sam Jackson, J Biggs, aka Big J NYC. What up, boy? We got, oh my gosh, Tofool. Walter Carreno, the Somniac is here. The Takaichi dude? I have no idea. I've been awarded the horn. We got Zico. I don't even know. I think I've lost track of the Doom 1986 gaming channel. Hey, that's the year I was born, baby. We got the Sachit Vade is here as well. All right, how you guys doing tonight? You guys having an awesome night tonight? I know I'm having a decent day. Actually, it was really, really busy. I did a lot of college homework stuff today. But hey, it's all right. You know, there's adulting and things we got to get done in life. How you guys doing? I hope you're having a lovely evening. We will be taking questions on Switch OLED pretty much most of the night. You guys can ask questions about the Smash stuff tomorrow as well. We will be live streaming the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate 40-minute live reveal tomorrow morning. I will be live an hour beforehand. We'll get that hype going. We'll recap all the characters that have been added to Smash. Blah, 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 blah. We're going to have a good time. And then we have another live stream technically Wednesday evening because that is the Nintendo Prime podcast. We are going to have special guest Andre's Restart on for that one. And then on Friday, we will have another live stream. We're going to kind of kick off a Friday, Wednesday, Wednesday, Friday. Like Wednesday's the podcast, so like a Monday, Friday stream schedule. We just happen to have a bonus stream because of, hey, there's a Smash event. So like we're obviously going to live stream that. All right, let me get a little drink of water here. All right. How you guys doing tonight? Who do you think it'll be? What do you mean, who do I think what it'll be? By the way, if you guys have any questions for me that you want to ask tonight, be sure to @ Nintendo Prime in the chat. Obviously, you could super chat and all that jazz and jump to the top of the pile, but there is no requirement for that. I am doing little cap shots tonight all night long for all super chats and donations and all that jazz. Also, we have a giveaway if we hit 200 members. Tonight, we're at 186. I might have to manually count. I don't know. Maybe YouTube's working again. We'll see. Have I tested Mario Galaxy on the OLED? Yeah, I have. What do you want to know? I think to just talk in general, because like there's going to be a lot of questions about games. Like, how do games look on this compared to the normal Switch? And I mean, I don't know. My answer is the same for every game. It looks phenomenal. The colors really pop. Now, I tried Vivid and Standard mode. There's 2 modes. There's not a ton of difference. Standard mutes it a little bit. To me, Vivid just looks better. I also happen to like the game on my TV with Vivid too. Usually, depending on the TV, there is a slight altercation. But yeah, all the games look amazing. I mean, you can really see it pop in stuff like Hollow Knight or Ori, Galaxy, Mario Odyssey, and some of the darker levels. Like any dark level, it really shows through because let's just say when you have the game on here, black ain't black. It's more like a gray that you could sometimes see white in. Not here. This also looks like, in comparison, there's like a giant filter over everything. That's just the difference in display technology. OLEDs are super color accurate. So, yeah, all the games just pop on here. There's not a single game that looks better on here, period. Now, is that enough for you guys to upgrade? That's up to you guys. I know for me, yeah, it's enough for me, but like I'm also a YouTuber, so I know I have a little bias involved in like, oh yeah, upgrade. I don't make any money if you guys upgrade. Like, it doesn't matter to me. It's costing me money. We gave one away. We gave away, God, what was it, like $600 worth of stuff last live stream. It was insane. So, we did get a super chat. Pop it off! Hold up. Hold up. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Hey, DJ.
Need some flashing lights up in here. Thank you, Brian C, for the $4.99. Let's see here. All right. Thank you so much. He says, just cause you know, I love what you do here. OLED and Dread hype, dude. We're giving away 3 copies of Metroid Dread this month, by the way, for our Dreadtober. Yeah, you're not going to get them until the end of the month. I know some people are just going to buy them anyways, and that's fine, but look at it as a free copy for yourself if you want to wait, or a free copy for a friend or a family member. It can be physical if you live in the United States. Otherwise, it can be digital everywhere else. It's just easier. You don't have to worry about shipping and all that jazz. But it doesn't really matter. That's just something we're doing here. We also have another super chat popping off. Thank you, Rigo Romero, for the $5. Thank you, man. It says, hey, Prime, from what you saw, the initial trailer for OLED and actually getting in person, did you change your mind? The initial trailer for OLED says, here's the thing. You guys saw my video, or maybe you didn't. I did a video. I owe a couple cap shots here. I did a video on it. We also had a Amor who re-upped his membership for 5 months, baby. He's been a member since the E3 days, basically. Dread got leaked. I know, man. We actually talked about this last week. Like or maybe it was on Saturday. Yeah, Dread's been leaked for a while. Now there's like retail copies out in the wild. It is what it is. What are you gonna do? This happens with pretty much every single major game that comes out. This isn't just a Nintendo problem. This is just the way the world works. Things get leaked. The only things that don't seem to get leaked are movies. But video games always get leaked. So I've just kind of accepted that that's always gonna be the case. But yeah, has my mind changed? I mean, I was already excited because the only OLED screen I had in my house was my iPhone. And honestly, you know, I don't really enjoy the full aspects of my iPhone because I run a blue light filter on it and I always have the brightness turned down a lot, even like when I'm watching content. So like, even though content technically looks better on my phone than basically any other TV in my house, reality is we usually still end up watching on TV because our phones are always like turned to what's best for our eyes. And when do I get to watch shows a lot? At night. So it's always tuned to what's best for our eyes instead of what actually gives you the best movie watching experience. So movies to me in my house always felt better on an actual TV. But that changed when I got this because one, it's a much bigger screen. I only have an iPhone 12. Well, you know, I mean, like, is there really even a comparison? I mean, gosh, you know, like the OLED eats my phone. So when you consider that, honestly, the OLED screen impressed me more than I expected. I think that's one thing I can safely say is the screen impressed me more than I expected. Like I was worried that with it being 7 inches versus the 6.2, that like the pixels would look worse. They don't really. You don't really notice it because the colors are so much better, so much more accurate that you don't really notice things like that. I mean, yeah, Nintendo games in general need anti-aliasing. That's a general criticism. Everything looks good on this. Even like when you're playing like The Witcher 3, right? Which can run at like 360p sometimes. It looks great on here. Like, honestly, it looks better than over on my computer, which I have a copy of Witcher 3 in there. Yeah, I have higher graphic settings and everything. But in terms of color accuracy and just vividness, it just looks so much better on here because I don't have other OLED panels. Now, if you have an OLED TV and you play in that mode, you already know what it's like because you've been enjoying Switch OLED this whole time on your TV. But I don't have an OLED TV in my house. So to me, so with someone that doesn't really have OLED, things are great. Even watching YouTube on here is like amazing. It's just, heck, I never really knew how off the colors were in my videos until I watched them on here. So I don't know, like I honestly, this to me is what Switch should have been in 2017. Everything about it is fundamentally better. I know we talked about the internet upload speeds being slower, but everything else is fundamentally better. The only thing that I will say objectively is a little bit worse is the game card slot. They didn't give you a notch. So I chew my nails. It's a really bad habit I have. So like getting this game card notch open, like I can't, like right now, look how much I'm struggling to get this thing open. I still can't get it open. There we go. See? And I've opened and closed that thing like 20 times. Now watch this. That was pretty easy. That was pretty easy. So like, because they gave you a little notch here that you could actually get under to open it. There's no notch on this one. I think that's a bit of an oversight. But overall, like this feels, so when we got this, remember how this made the Wii U kind of feel like a cheap toy, like a Fisher-Price toy, right? Like, oh, that Wii U gamepad just feels like a piece of shit compared to this. When I grab this, I almost get the same feeling about this. This feels like a toy. This feels like something premium. And I can't really explain. I mean, part of it's the clean look, obviously black, white. I mean, that's a really clean look. The big screen, the clearer picture, the actual super nice kickstand here. Like, this kickstand is, I don't even know how to describe. I don't know how well I can show this to you on camera. But, like, this kickstand is amazing. But, like, the matte finish, and by the way, I don't know if this is all metal back here. I have a feeling that up here is plastic, but the kickstand's some sort of metal alloy because it's always cool to the touch, which happens with metal. But like the chassis itself, just it's more solid. It just everything about it feels better, and it feels like an adult version of the Nintendo Switch, if that makes sense. Just like this felt like an adult version of a Wii U gamepad. But now this thing feels like a piece of junk in comparison, to be honest. But again, that's just quality and build quality and, you know, life improvements and stuff like that. You know, that's not really going to necessarily say that you should upgrade. Especially if you only play in docked mode, there's not really a reason to upgrade if you play in docked mode only. We did have another super chat pop off here. Hello! Mr. P1985 with the $5. It says, remember, if 1 million of us buy 3 copies of Metroid Dread, then RGT has to play Ballin Wonderland. We can all make him suffer if we work together. I'm pretty excited for Metroid Dread. I think it's going to be pretty great. But yeah, Metroid Dread leaked and all that. All right, let me get to some questions from the chat here. Does the Kickstand even compete with the Windows Surface Kickstand? Does it even compete? I would say it's pretty much the exact same kickstand. I don't have a Windows Surface in front of me, but like, see if I could demonstrate this a little bit. So let me open this up here. So like, all the angles you can get with this thing is insane. Like this is, you know, like this is straight up. Let me just see here. Like, yeah, it'll even hold like right there. Look at that extreme angle. You can't even tell the kickstand's out. Then the kickstand comes out further and further and further, and you can just kind of keep going. It's super smooth. It doesn't like lock in place, and it doesn't feel loose or anything. It just stays. Whatever position you put it at, it just stays, and it'll literally just go all the way down to like that. And honestly, this is actually a really comfortable way to play. You know, you could take the Joy-Cons off and just be sitting here, and it's super comfortable. I didn't really use tabletop mode before, largely because the kickstand was sucked. But yeah, like this kickstand, it really feels super premium. You know, made of good material. The hinge system is very well put together. I've taken apart the hinges entirely and put them back together. It's an amazing hinge system. I would say, based on my experience with the Surface, it's pretty much the exact same. I'm sure there are some fundamental differences because of obviously copyright designs and patents and all that, but it's basically a Surface kickstand. And I don't know how many people have used the Surface. I know Surface is sort of a niche product, but Microsoft Surface products have arguably the best kickstand in all of, you know, tablet, phablet, laptop designs. Like they're amazing, and this is right there with it. Literally, as I said, this feels like the Switch was completely redesigned. Same internals, but completely redesigned to actually be a product for adults. And that's weird because I used to feel that way about this. Besides the big bezels, I always complained about the big bezels. But some more questions here. Tetris 99 comes October 8th as well. Tetris Effect is what you mean. Should both look really nice on the Nintendo Switch OLED model. Have I tried out Tetris 99 on it? I have tried out Tetris 99. Looks great. Obviously, I couldn't try out Tetris Effect because it's not out yet, but I'm presuming it's going to look great. I mean, here's the thing. Every game I have played in handheld mode looks better on here than on here. Now, some people think that means, oh, there must be performance difference. No. I actually did some arbitrary frame rate tests and just stopped. After like 15 games in and the frame rates were identical, there really wasn't a purpose to keep going. Beyond all of that, some people wondered if the load times are better. There was a moment where it felt like the load times were better. I will give one little small, tiny bit of caveat here on the load times. So the load times on the internal memory are identical. There's no difference. The load time on the SD card slot, I would say, is maybe 0.75 of a second faster. Now, the SD card slot on here is actually connected to the same board, because there's a little board in there that's about this long that also has the 64 gigs of storage on there. So the storage and the SD card are now located on the same board, which I think is creating faster transfer speeds, which is then leading towards the slightly faster load times if you're loading off a micro SD card. But it's so slight that it's almost indiscernible. You literally have to like frame count to see it, and it wasn't significant enough that I felt like making a separate video on it. So it's something to note, but it's not something that's a big deal. And by the way, people will be like, oh, but did you? Literally, I tested with the exact same memory card. I put the one memory card in one Switch, took it out and put it in this Switch. I literally used the same memory card to make sure there was no possible variance in anything. That's the same memory chip and the same in each console, and that's what happened. It's a few frames, not a big deal. And internal memory, it's exactly the same. So let me get to some more questions here. Nice. Thank you for a very detailed answer. No problem, man. Will we be able to use the same case for OLED and classic Switch? Case-wise, I would say depends on the case. Most cases, I would say, are going to fit it just fine, because most cases are already a little bit loose with this. And if you look at the size here, does this give a good comparison? Let's see here. So like, it's really close to the same size. So most cases, like carrying cases, are going to be fine. Now, grips are a different story. Any grips that go all the way across the system and you slide into, like a Satisfy grip, are going to be very uncomfortably tight, to the point that it's going to feel like you're breaking your Switch to use it. So I wouldn't use it. I would get new updated ones for this. So if you have old grip accessories, I would probably say, hey, you're kind of crap out of luck. You got to get new ones. Carrying cases, you're fine. Screen protectors, you absolutely need a new screen protector, but I mean, that's a given. 6.2 inches, 7 inches, obviously you're going to need a new screen protector. But most Switch accessories that aren't like fitted perfectly to this size, this length here, this width, I guess I should say, any accessory that's not perfectly fitted to that will work just fine with this. The ones that are fitted to that won't. So, again, and we'll be looking at some accessories for this bad boy, either by the end of this week or early next week. I got some Switch OLED accessories coming in that we'll be checking out, in case you guys are looking to make sure that you're just as comfortable playing this as you were this, because obviously there's not going to be as many Switch OLED specific accessories at launch as there is right now for a system that's been out for 4 years. Is it just me, or does the Switch OLED HDMI cable look like a dark gray version of the Wii U cable? All right, so the Switch cable, the original Switch cable, and the Wii U HDMI cable are exactly the same. Literally the same cable, same part number, same everything. This cable is actually a new one. This is new. It's about the same length. It's still not very long. Was that 33 feet or something? It's still not very long. But it is a new model number. And from my test, it does appear that it does transfer data a little bit faster. But, nothing's definitive. I'll just say that color-wise, it's pretty dang close to the other one. I'm looking at the other one right now. They're really close in color. I wouldn't worry about the color. Most HDMI cables are some form of gray or black. Not really that big a deal. But yeah, it is what it is. And some people noted in my picture on my thing, your box was beat up. Man, it came beat up. I don't know if you guys can see it. This box came pretty beat up. I'm hoping that the one that I pick up on Friday, because yes, I am picking up a Switch OLED at launch from GameStop on live stream for you guys. I'm hoping that box isn't as beat up as this one, but we'll see. What is burn-in and how do you prevent it? All right. I had a feeling this was going to come up. Put it this way, it's going to be very hard for you to burn in this screen. Sometimes the term burn-in is actually incorrect, but what happens, what OLEDs are there's organic material being lit up by LEDs. So you get better pixel response time because you're not waiting for like individual pixels across the screen. It's organic material. And since it's organic material, what happens is if that organic material stays one color, one form, in the same spot for a prolonged period of time, you can get an effect that's called burn-in, which it's not really burn-in. Burn-in is more so a reference to old CRT TVs. That's not really what it is. It's kind of like the opposite of burn-in that's happening, but whatever. People all call it burn-in, so we'll stick with the common phrase. What happens is you get a ghosting effect on your OLED panel. If you have the same, like is that a HUD, like Breath of the Wild. If you have the same HUD with the hearts up here and all the stuff going on in the bottom corners, like you'll end up with a potential, what some people call a ghosting effect when you turn off your panel, or when you turn on your panel and are doing something else, you might still see like that Breath of the Wild stuff. Now, I have not experienced it on here. I've not also had it probably long enough to experience it. It's something that OLED panels have gotten better over the years at dealing with. One big thing to note to you is leave it on auto brightness. If you max out the brightness and leave it on max brightness, that increases the chance of burn-in occurring. There is a way to reset pixels and all that, but bottom line is the resetting pixels still basically just damages all the other organic material in there to get rid of the ghosting effect and just lowers the lifespan of your panel. So you really don't want to get to that point. You want to just leave it on auto brightness, and just make sure that you're not playing any one game with a HUD for like 16 straight hours or something crazy. Even then, by the way, you might see burn-in on this. Just because I haven't experienced it yet doesn't mean you won't. That does not mean your system is ruined. Just leave it off literally for like 3 minutes and the burn-in will go away. Burn-in's only going to happen after thousands of hours. Like permanent burn-in is only going to happen after thousands of hours of the exact same game. So as long as you're not sitting there with like, I'm going to play Animal Crossing with the same HUD for 1,000 hours straight without playing anything else in between, you're not going to have to really worry about it. Not, at least not anytime soon. Give you an example. PlayStation Vitas have OLED panels in them, and most of the Vitas today still don't have burn-in in them. It takes a lot to burn in modern OLED panels permanently. There are some Vitas, by the way, that do have permanent burn-in, but it does take a long time for that to happen in modern OLED panels, and this is a modern OLED panel. Nintendo isn't cheaping out and using tech from 15 years ago. They're actually using a modernized panel. It's rigid, which is fine. So it's not the bent, no more expensive, flexible OLED, but still, it's a modern OLED panel. So because of that, you shouldn't really need to worry about it as long as you just leave your auto brightness on. Have fun. It's going to last 5, 6, 7, 8 years, and then you still might not get burning. So I really would not consider that to be a concern. It's more of a concern on like TVs. And even then, TVs have gotten really good with burn-in. But still, there can be an issue on larger displays. These smaller displays are not a problem. Like if you want to think about it, this is an OLED panel. They've been using OLED panels on iPhones for a bit. Think about all the static icons that are on here all the time, the battery indicator and everything, and there's no burn-in yet. Burn-in is very hard to happen on smaller OLED panels, so you'll be good. We have another one popping up. Thank you, Taylor Plays, for the $5. Says, hey, will there be any chance of accessibility features on another Switch model? Additional accessibility features? I wouldn't say, well, there's no extra accessibility features on here that aren't, it's the same accessibility features that are already on the Switch, which is already pretty limiting. I obviously would like to see more accessibility features in general. I would like to see, colorblind modes. Hello, like bare minimum. You have a really nice panel on here. It can actually be really useful for colorblind people with the vividness of the panel and the darkness of the blacks and the white of the whites. This would be a perfect panel to be really featuring for colorblind people. Because by the way, when people are colorblind, it doesn't necessarily mean they don't see all color. Some are only colorblind to like blue or green or yellow or something like that. So I would like to see proper support for stuff like that. Unfortunately, it's still relying on game to game. But yeah, accessibility features, that's something to just kind of go bitch at Nintendo about, because they're either going to do it or they're not going to do it. And while I believe in accessibility features, obviously I don't need those accessibility features. So for me personally, it ends up not mattering. So I end up not covering it maybe as much as I should. But yeah, I wish they were more like Xbox. Xbox is very keen on making everything accessible. Literally everything. So yeah, that's something to kind of pay attention to. And maybe, if I ever get a chance to interview someone at Nintendo, maybe I'll ask them about accessibility features or future accessibility features, or the kind of accessibility features people want. Whether, I think about colorblind, but there's also obviously, using specific controllers for handicapped people. And, obviously we could talk about difficulty modes and everything else in between. So cheers, by the way. Thank you so much for the $5. Do I have a motorcycle? William says, no, I do not, man. Emerald Gaming says, is your GameStop pre-order a second white one or a blue and red? White. I have no interest in blue and red. Blue and red's just like literally the original Switch model. No thanks. The white's the way to go, man. The white dock, yeah, I know the blue and red one comes with a black dock, and some people are going to prefer that. I'm all about that white, baby. Give me that white. I got a white Xbox Series S. It's going to look sick next to a PlayStation 5, and then, oh my gosh. It's gonna look awesome. In fact, I might actually eventually swap out my PC case for a white PC case. I really like the cleanliness that white brings to my setup, which right now isn't super clean at the moment, anyways. But obviously that's why I appreciate these clean cut looks. So, you see here at number 5. What, Clinton? The Elemental, the Hero, the Shadow Link. Dragon Wolf King says, I saw the video on the 4K output. I've been thinking about the other chip that Nintendo bought. What happened to the chip? Do you think they bought the chip be in the new Switch? So we don't know that Nintendo has any other chip except the current chip in here being manufactured right now. Everything you have heard about Nintendo buying this or Nintendo doing that have all been rumors. We have nothing official that Nintendo has anything else in the works. We have multiple people saying there's 4K dev units. I could factually prove that this dock has the ability to output 4K 60 FPS, but so that's just an output. It doesn't mean anything right now. So that's just something to consider.
Hey, DJ.
I don't even know why I'm dancing to that. So Yulia, my lovely fiance is here in the chat, hits me with a 50 spot, which is just our own money. So thank you, honey, for donating our own money. Are you trying to get me to do like a full shot over here? Because I didn't grab my full shot glass. You just trying to get me crunked? I don't see you talking in the chat much. Oh, she wants me to do a full shot. Yep, that's smart. Yep, that's totally smart. Donate our own money to ourselves. Oh, that's funny. Guys, Yulia's my fiance. Like, we live together and everything. She's at work right now. so it's like, everyone's like, oh, isn't that so nice? Your girlfriend's showing support. I mean, it's our money. We would have more of it if she didn't donate it, but that's all right. It's not a big deal. We already having a really big October, so I think after that dono, I think we're already at $1,000 this month, which is insane. We've had months where like we're only making 500 on the channel, so October's already off to a popping start. Thanks to all of you guys, by the way. You guys really popped off that Friday stream, unexpectedly so, by the way. So look, I knew Friday stream was going to be bigger than usual. So you saw this stream today. We've been getting 150 plus. That's pretty normal, and that's what I kind of figured was going to be on Friday, except maybe around 300, right? I figured we'd have like 300 people live. Oh no, we're at 1,200, and the chat's moving so fast I can't read any of the public chat, and donations are popping off like crazy, and memberships are going nuts, and I didn't know what was happening, because we've never had a stream that big before. That was completely unexpected. So if that's what we got for giving away a Switch OLED, what the hell's going to happen if I have a giveaway for like Nintendo's next gen system in like 2-3 years? Like, is there going to be like 10,000, 15,000 people there? I don't even, what's going to happen next E3 for crying out loud? We were topping up the 900s during E3. Are we going to be at 1,500, 2,000? Dude, it's crazy. Like, I know it's happening because the channel's growing. Like, that's really the big thing. The channel's growing, and you guys are obviously loving the content, and thank you so much for subscribing and all that. We've gained, thousands of new subscribers in the last week, and it's been awesome. And I've been trying to do my best to bring you the best Switch OLED content I can. It's a privilege that I even have this system right now, and I've had it for almost a week. It's insane that I've had it that long before launch. I've never had anything before launch this long. And my coverage hasn't been perfect, but I'm trying. How is that unexpected? Everyone's going to show up to win the OLED. The OLED! Because it's not a new system. Like, honey, look, the OLED's sweet, but it's not like Nintendo's next-gen system. It's just a refresh. It's a refresh of this. They have the same internals. It doesn't run any better. So it's crazy to me, like, that so many people showed up. But hey, the OLED is sold out, so I guess that is something to consider. It's kind of crazy that, like, this is one of 3 OLEDs. I had to buy, well, if someone asks, I'll explain how I got this one. And then there was my one that I have pre-ordered at GameStop, fully paid off with my copy of Metroid Dread. I picked that up on Friday. And then there's the one that we gave away that was fully paid off as well, pre-ordered from somewhere else. That one, I think I saw the person who won it in the chat earlier today. Don't worry, everything's all good to go. It'll ship to your house. We got the address all fixed and everything. You're all good to go. Hopefully, it should be shipping, I assume, by Thursday, if not Wednesday. I don't know, depends on how many days, because they try to get it to you on launch day. All right. I got to do a shot for that 50 spot, though. I think that's really what was happening here, is Yulia's like, Nate, I want you to do a shot. And she did a 50 spot. So, I mean, I guess, you know, she's Russian. She did 50. We got to do some vodka. The problem is, I don't know where any of my shot glasses are. What I do know is, you know, what is this, $1 million? I have Yulia's $1 million bill here. It's not a... All right, let me, here's the shot glass. We got one. We got one. So there's always one around me somewhere. All right, we'll do a full shot for my Russian fiance. She's amazing. Straight from the bottle. Oh, see, I did all that work looking for a shot glass, and Yulia wants it straight from the... She did give $50 of our own money. I guess I can go straight from the bottle. Oh, my God. I have not done straight from the bottle, like, since I was 21. So I was 21, Yulia. What are you doing to me? You didn't even know me then. Lying to you guys. You guys really... Are you guys trying to make this stream as crazy as Friday? You know what made Friday night's stream crazy? You guys made it crazy. Not me. You guys. I hope you guys were entertained, of course. I always hope you guys are entertained. Let me get Yulia's straight from the bottle down. Oh my God. James Mitchell. So no giveaway tonight. There is currently no planned giveaways tonight. If anyone's here thinking there's going to be giveaways, I never said that. What I did say is if this thing, 186, gets to 200, that's if you hit the join button, sure, we'll do a giveaway tonight. But there's no planned giveaways tonight. The Switch OLED giveaway was last Friday. We also ended up giving away a Switch Lite, a $99 eShop gift card, a $50 eShop gift card, and a $20. So we just did a bunch of giveaways. And now I have 3 copies of Metroid Dread that are being given away at the end of this month. You got to be subscribed to be there and obviously be at our event that we do for it at the end of the month. But for Dreadtober, as I'm calling it. But yeah, if people are here just for giveaways, just know there's like probably not any giveaways happening tonight unless the memberships start going crazy. So just like chill, you know? How about be here for me? Be here for the content. Be here for the entertainment. And now I got to go straight from the bottle, damn it. Yuck. Oh. Oh my gosh. And of course, Loki, I can't forget about you. $10. Says line 2 up. We're not doing 2 vodka shots that are like that. That was a special for a 50 spot. Otherwise, we won't do. I do have tequila, but tequila, people know, that don't come out unless we get like $100 donations. Am I drunk? No. That's a common question I get from people when they see me drink on live stream. Is he drunk? One, I've been doing cap shots, which are like 1/4 of a shot. So that's nothing. 2, if Friday night didn't prove anything to people, I can handle my liquor. And we were doing a lot. We were going hardcore on Friday night. It ain't a Friday, so we ain't going hardcore. Still got the rest of the week. People always wonder, like, because they see me high energy in my live streams, right? They're always like, what is going on? Why is Nate so high energy? What is happening? How can he dance? Why is he doing this crazy thing? I'm like, guys, this is me. This is who I am. Obviously, when I'm doing some of my standard videos, you don't get as much of the high energy sometimes because, hey, we got news to deliver to you. Hey, you know, Nintendo's doing this, Nintendo's doing that, smash this, or whatever. And we're like, well, we get kind of serious about a few topics, but every now and then the energy comes out, and it's funny when it does. But there's always like that one comment that'll be put on that video being like, you don't need to fake your energy and yell. I'm like, fake what, motherfucker? I ain't faking shit. Like, it's just who I am. I have like a parent mode, and then I have like who I want to be all the time. But I gotta, you know, be responsible, you know, like any parent does. Here we go with another super chat. Thank you so much, Nintendo Derek. For the $5, it says, besides Dread, you planning on buying any of the other 5 or 6 games releasing this week? Super Monkey Ball, Nickelodeon All-Stars look great. Nope, just Dread. I ain't rich. I can't just buy everything I want. Wish I could. I mean, who doesn't wish they could just literally buy everything they want, you know? Oh man, I want this. Oh man, I want that. Let me get buying quick. Thank you for the $5, though. I appreciate it. Does the Switch OLED have any eMMC drive like the original? I do not know, Magic Man. I don't know what you're talking about, so I don't know. Will you be playing Pokemon remakes? The Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl? Let's just go with maybe. Maybe. And there it is.
Julia, for the $9.99. I'm broke now. Have a good day.
I forgot that for $10. Whoa. Hey. There we go. I forgot for $10 super chats that I'm supposed to hit the randomizer. So I hit the randomizer for you there, honey. Find out. Are you actually broke? I mean, I know what money we have in the bank, so I know you're not actually broke. But based on where I think you were donating that money from, maybe you are. I have no idea. We'll give you a half shot of Gold Sugar for that, all right, babe? Just a halvesy. We'll go full halvesy for you. You are my fiance after all. No, but I feel like it. What? Hold on now. Let me get this down quick. All right. Josepha Wolf says, do a giveaway, digital Nintendo eShop. Do it. So, all right. Let me settle down the crowd on this a little bit. Okay? 1, I don't do giveaways on every live stream. I ain't that rich. I know it can feel like I'm someone who's extremely well off. I will say that I do okay for myself. I would not call myself anywhere close to extremely well off. So we do giveaways, and I like giving back to the community. And obviously, they help grow the channel. And there's a lot of positives for everyone involved, right? I'm a good, giving person, and it helps the channel, helps somebody in need. It all works out well. But here's the thing: I can't do it every single live stream. It's just not possible. Now, we do have goals that enable me to do it. As an example, if we got 14 new members up here, well, those are paid memberships, and that money can kind of get funneled right back into giveaways. So if we hit the 14 paid memberships up here to get to 200, that will enable me to afford to do a giveaway during this live stream. So if we get 14 new members, absolutely, I will do a giveaway. But right now, there's no giveaways planned. So again, there is a member goal up here. Become a member of the board, hit that join button. If we get 14 more, there will be. Otherwise, stop asking about giveaways because there's not going to be any tonight. That's not what tonight's about. Tonight's about chilling, chatting, talking Switch OLED, and having a good time to kick off our week. I'm not mad. I understand when maybe the only live streams you've been to have involved giveaways, but I don't just live stream when there's giveaways. So, if possible, you need to voice change software that makes you sound like an inkling. There was one, but I didn't like it. It kind of sounded really inappropriate, almost like sex noises, so I don't use it. Is this the same Switch you did the video about the Switch OLED unboxing? Oh, are you talking about the video that blew up to like 100K? No, that was a different OLED. That wasn't even my OLED. That was a buddy's OLED. This one's mine. But all my videos except for that one have been done with this OLED. Let's see. I was just joking around. I've been trying to get people to become members, but everyone is being butts. Hey, if people don't want to become members, it's all right. You know what? There's no one's required to spend a dime on me. If people want to donate in Super Chat and become a member of our Patreon, do you guys even know we have a Patreon? Patreon.com/NintendoPrime. That's fantastic. Or use the direct donation link, or I don't know. There's a billion ways to support. Buy some merch. Buy some cool merch. But like, there's no requirement to do any of it, right? So, good night, honey. I don't know why you're saying good night. Is someone else leaving? I know you're not going to sleep. What's your opinion on the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack? It's cool for people interested in it. Look, there are systems I'm excited for, but they're also, I questioned after, like, the next day, after they announced the N64 and Genesis, I kept questioning, why am I excited for something I'm not going to play? I don't play the NES and SNES. I'm not going to play the N64 and Genesis. I'm not going to play if they add Game Boy. I'm not going to play if they add GameCube or Wii or even Wii U. I don't go back and play games I've already beaten. It's just not something I do, so I don't really have interest in their retro library. So I try to fight and represent people that really want all these retro games, but I'm not a good advocate because I personally am not really going to play them. But I will applaud them if I think it's a good idea. But am I someone who's even qualified to say that? Because I'm not someone who is even going to partake, really. If that makes sense. Like, yeah, I'm sure I'll get it for a year, of course. You know, do a little live stream and feature some stuff from it. But that's just for the channel, not because I personally am really going to use it, you know. That's just me, though. There's always so many new games coming. Why would I go back and play stuff I've already beaten? There's so much new stuff to enjoy. But some people like going back and playing classic games. That's just what they enjoy, and I'm not going to judge you for it. So, is the Wi-Fi any different or faster on the OLED than the OG? Nope. Exactly the same. Like, literally within 0.005 of a percentage point the same. AKA super within margin of error. They're exactly the same. Upload, download, doesn't matter. The Wi-Fi hasn't changed. Same Wi-Fi chip. Is auto brightness a default setting? Yes. It defaults to auto brightness and vivid. So it defaults to what, in my opinion, are the best settings. Yulia, we don't give a damn about the giveaway. We are here for the content. People need to stop begging. Yeah, it's okay. People weren't really begging. Let's chill. Giveaways are a big part of my channel. So, like, let's not, like, pretend that it's not something that I do, you know, every month. But it's okay. It's okay. I don't really feel like we're at the point where people are begging for stuff. If that gets to the point, I will step in and take care of it. Didn't Switchforce say that the Perfect Dark is coming at the end of next year? I know that is a rumor. I have no idea. I think that's just wishful thinking. You have the Master Quest still. What? Oh, not talking to me. Loki, how's it going, man? Vermin Adams says, love the channel. Just got off work and missed most of the live chat. I've been wondering as I wait for my OLED, does it fit in the Skull and Company grip case? No. You will need to get a new one. Multiple reasons. One, the old grip case is going to render this useless. Now, if you don't care about this, fine, but you won't be able to use this at all. That grip case won't work. Two, it's not wide enough. Now, you can squeeze the OLED into it. It would not be a good idea. Let's just put it that way. It would not be considered a good idea. So, yeah, just the Skull and Company has a new one coming out. So, which we will be reviewing or taking a look at anyways. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a full review, but we'll be doing a video on some Switch OLED accessories coming up, including Skull and Company's accessories. So, that's coming up, if not end of this week, next week. I don't have the products here yet. They're on their way. They've already shipped. I'm just waiting for them to get here. Shipping's pretty slow for Skull and Company. So, any word on E3 prizes? Just curious. Almost everything is gone. Sent out. So if you won something, check your mail in the next day to week and a half. They're like all gone. The only things that haven't shipped yet are international packages. I haven't shipped the international ones yet. One of the international ones is just going to be stupidly expensive, even though it's only going to Canada. It's just huge, and that person, Danny Gallagher, you know who you are, won so much crap that the box is massive, and it's going to cost me like $150 to get it to you. But it is what it is. So our international, we have one going to Italy, a few going to Canada that haven't shipped. Otherwise, as long as you're not one of those people and you live in the United States, everything has been shipped. So, and by the way, it's been shipped like in the last week. So if you haven't got it yet, don't panic or anything. Right? It's not like a, oh my gosh, you shipped it already. Well, I don't have it. Just it like recently shipped. So. Well, yeah, here, you guys want to see the box? Look, I'll go grab the box. Look how big this box is that I have to send to Canada. Hold on. Hold on. That is a big ass box. I could fit like 20 of these in there. She's got a lot of stuff going her way. She won like 2 or 3 giveaways, and she won like big items. So we got it all in one box. That one's not shipped yet. So that one's an expensive shipping one. So it's gotta, it's gotta fit a good time in my budget to do it. So, but she will get it. She will get it. There's a couple things from a recent giveaway we did. Like this hasn't been packed up yet. The person who won our horror gamepad a couple weeks ago on our podcast, this hasn't been shipped yet. So I still have some other giveaway items I need to get sent out, but they're not E3 related. Obviously, my priority is make sure E3's done, make sure everybody got their E3 packages, then let's get the other stuff that we've given away since then taken care of. Now, the Switch Lite that I gave away on Friday, the person already has it. They got it on Sunday somehow. That was really fast. The Switch OLED person, they're getting that on Friday. So like stuff like that that's shipped directly from like Amazon or directly from other retailers, that's easy for me to do. The stuff that's at my house obviously takes a bit longer to get out to you guys. Let me see here. Minnesota's the closest you've been to Canada. Well, I live in Wisconsin, so we're right on the border of Canada anyway. Let's see here. For a second there, I thought it was a giant arcade game size box. Dude, it's a big box. It's light though. Like it's really light. The things she won aren't like, they're not heavy. They're really cool though. She won some of those lamps that we were giving away that are really awesome. But those wall lamps. All right, you guys have any questions? I guess I can scroll up and grab some. Let me see here. Most of us aren't here for giveaways. I understand that. With what Sakurai said on Twitter about it not being the characters we are expecting and might even not know, do you have any candidates you think fit the bill for the final fighter? Emmy from Metroid Dread. But again, Sakurai's words, it could be just being, like I talked about this morning in our news video. Sakurai's words could be getting overly read into. Like extremely over. I think he was just advertising that it's coming. I don't think he was trying to downplay what the character. Like everyone has to. Sakurai's downplaying what character is going to get added to Smash. Like, okay, and then the official Smash Twitter account literally like an hour later put up an ultimate hype one telling people to get super hyped and tell them your most anticipated character for Smash. Like, kind of mixed messages, right? I think Sakurai was just advertising it. I honestly think people are overreading what he said, like entirely, like the internet does. Literally think he was just trying to get everyone to turn out and watch the show because it means something to him, right? Like it's potentially, people don't want to think about this. Smash Ultimate might be Sakurai's last Smash game. He might never do a Smash game again. And if that's the case, this is kind of like his farewell to the Smash series. Like, he could be trying to get as many eyeballs on this particular Sakurai Presents because this could be it for the guy when it comes to Smash. Not for gaming. He's still going to be a game developer and making games. But he might be done with Smash. So, like, this to him could be a big emotional moment as well. So, it's kind of like, I think he's just trying to make sure, hey, like, whether you like Smash or not, watch this, please, right? Do you do any playthroughs? I would love to watch you play some games and chill with you and the community. So, good question, Bassam Elgohari. I don't really do a ton of gameplay streams. I do launch streams. I could tell you Friday night, we'll probably play a little bit of Metroid Dread on stream. We'll see how things are going there. I'll try to play a little bit of it. Might try to do an OLED feature if I can get my camera working right. I don't know if I can, so I don't want to promise that. But we might play a little Metroid Dread Friday night. We'll see. Again, not guaranteeing anything. But yeah, we usually do like some gameplay launch streams, and that's about it. There might be a time like when Splatoon 3 comes out that like for multiple Fridays in a row we play some Splatoon 3. But we'll see. I don't do a ton of game live streams though. There's a number of reasons I don't. One, it's a pain in the butt to set up. I do have the stuff to do it, obviously, but it is a pain in the butt to set up. People who attended our E3 streams will know how much of a struggle it was for us to get it to work. And then two, secondly, they just don't do as well. Like when we play games, the streams get 1/3 of the views. And like the only people that are really there are just the people that are playing the game with me. It ends up being kind of I'm just sitting on the couch playing a game with some friends kind of thing, which is really cool, but also doesn't really need to be streamed, if that makes sense, right? So like, I don't know. It's a situation where I just don't have a big audience that follows for that. They follow for the conversation. They follow for the dancing. They follow for the fun. They don't follow to watch like high-end gameplay because one, I'm not going to be able to provide you high-end gameplay. Maybe that's another reason too, is because if you're going to game stream, there's two things that have to happen. One of two things. You either need to be stupidly entertaining in some messed up way, or two, you need to be stupidly good. And I'm neither of those things when I play games. When I play games, I kind of focus on the game and I try. I'm not very good, so the gameplay sucks. I don't talk a lot, and it ends up not being that entertaining. That's not to say that I suck at games. It's just, hey, I don't have the time I did when I was younger to dedicate thousands of hours to a game. So if I jump into a match of Splatoon 3, hey, I haven't touched Splatoon 2 in a year, you know? What do you expect? The last fighter is Boogerman calling it. Loki Ravensworth. That's not true. A few of us are always here. Well, okay. Obviously, Loki, we have the super hardcore Nintendo Prime faithful that are going to show up at all times. Speaking of the super hardcore Nintendo Prime faithful, we're having a meetup this month, guys. It's happening. It's set up. I already have it booked. We're all good to go. It's going to be at a local pub in my town. We're going to have DJ. There's going to be some karaoke. You'll get to chit chat. You'll get to meet me and Mrs. Prime, and get to meet Eric from the Nintendo Prime podcast. We'll have some drinks. We'll play some pool. We'll shoot some darts. We'll sing some karaoke. We'll dance a little bit. We'll have a good time. It should be a lot of fun for those that want to attend. To do it, I have set up a group or an event on Facebook. If for some reason the link isn't working and it says I have to invite you, let me know, because we might have to be friends on Facebook to make this event work, which is fine. Then we actually have better direct communication. We already have some people who are saying that they'll be there and that they'll attend. So I'm just actually bringing up the meetup myself because I don't actually have the event up on my screen. So yeah, we got 7 people that have responded so far. And how many said they're coming? Let's see. Let's see. We have 3 people who said for sure they're going. 4 people who said they might go. So yeah. So let me know if you guys want to do it. We're doing it on October 23rd, 8 p.m. Central Time in my hometown. I understand for a lot of you people, it's a long ways to travel. I don't expect there to be a ton of people there. Maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe there'll be hundreds of people there, but I really don't expect it. I'll probably make a small standalone video on it here this week to let people know if they're interested and they want to come. We're not planning any massive like gaming sessions or anything. Like, yeah, you can bring your Switch and we can play some games, but we're not like gonna plan any massive like special events or anything. There is possible that I might do a couple giveaways just to be friendly. Maybe have some free merch for people for the meetup. But yeah, I'm not planning to do anything like stupidly insane because I know that it's asking a lot for people to travel to where I live to make the meetup happen. because I live in the middle of Wisconsin, and that's not going to work for a lot of people. But if you would like to make the trip, it's cool. We have good hotel accommodations around here, cheap travel around here, cheap accommodations, more importantly, around here. It's stupidly cheap to get a nice hotel room. And yeah, it'll be a good time. It'll be a good time. Good night, Brian. Have a good night, man. But in games like Pokemon and Breath of the Wild, you can just kick it back and really play. I can definitely see what you're saying. Keep up the great work, man. No problem, dude. Switch Street Pass. Anyways, cause I don't know if that Facebook event link works to even invite people. As I said, I might have to friend you guys on Facebook to make it work. I'm not 100% sure. I had debated, by the way, of doing like a live podcast or something that night but then I decided, nah, I don't want to think. I don't want to think. Thinking's no fun. Thinking is not a fun thing. Are you going to stream the meetup for people who can't attend? Probably not. So I'm curious. Some people always want to know, like, because I do live streams, am I going to stream the event? No. Guys, when I say this is a meetup, this isn't going to be like some huge organized like thing where there's a stage and there's like stations and prizes and like, no. This is literally, hey, you want to come meet up? Cool. I am going to be hiring babysitters for the night. Yuli and I are going to go to our friend's local bar. We have set up an event with the bar. They've okayed everything. We have a DJ. We'll have some karaoke. It's an event. We want as many people to come out as they can. They can meet us, and we're just going to hang out and have some fun. We're not really looking to do anything that I would say should be live streamed. I mean, we're literally going to be drinking at a bar. By the way, you don't have to drink, but I'm going to be drinking at the bar. Not exactly something that I would be live streaming, right? It's not really, I don't need to live stream my social life. Just because I'm like a content creator. People always say, you're a content creator. I don't need everything about me live streamed at all times. Like, I really don't. It's okay. Could you get a switch stop on your podcast? At least one of the members. I have tried messaging them multiple times and never heard back. So I can't force people to talk to me. Just reality. There's always people that want all these, like there's a time we used to have Bob Wolf on our podcast before he became a big deal. Not that Bob Wolf isn't cool. He still chats with me once in a blue moon, but I literally can never get him to respond to any request to come on the podcast. Bottom line is pretty much any channel bigger than me doesn't really want much to do with me. It's weird. Funny how that kind of works. You get popular on YouTube and then suddenly you leave the little guy behind. I don't really get it. Like that would be like me saying, oh, I'm creeping up on 100,000 subscribers. Yeah, you know what? Andre's Restart, you're still only at 10K. I can't have you on the podcast anymore. Fuck that, dude. Andre's Restart's amazing, and he creates super engaging conversations. And I care more about that than people's subscribers count. If you have a decent quality microphone and you can bring unique perspectives and a good conversational, even some good debate to the podcast, I want you there because that's going to make for a really engaging podcast. I don't need people. Like people always think, I hate this about like being a YouTuber. People always think that when you invite someone on your podcast, you're trying to benefit from them. There's this guy I debated with on Twitter, like a month and a half ago. He's a baseball writer. And he was saying that he charges people money to appear on their podcast because of the value he brings to that podcast. And that he was claiming that, because he wants $50 an hour. He wants minimum $200 a show. And he was saying things like, hey, I add clout to your show. I bring viewership to your show. I grow your show. I can speak as someone who runs a podcast who has had people on significantly with bigger channels than me. It don't grow shit. In fact, there usually isn't even an audience growth for that particular podcast. Have HMK on. My audience isn't any bigger than it is for any other podcast. If I have, when I've had Bob Wolf on, when I've had, I'm trying to think back. I have Player Wrestling's on. He's consistently been a bigger channel than me. Like, I've had all these other people on bigger than me, and my viewership has never really increased because of it. Now, sometimes you will get a small bump for that particular episode, right? Like, let's say I got, let's say out of nowhere I got frickin' Shigeru Miyamoto to come on my podcast. That'd be insane, right? And I would presume that podcast episode is going to blow the hell up, especially when people tune in thinking it's a joke and they see it's actually Shigeru Miyamoto and they massively start sharing it all over social media and Shigeru Miyamoto goes trending because he's live on a podcast. Like, yeah, okay, that's going to blow up and be huge. But how much is that going to actually grow the overall show? That one episode might end up getting like 1 million views. Maybe. But the following episode's going to just be back down to, getting a couple thousand. Like, that's the reality, and I feel like sometimes people overvalue themselves and don't value the premise of, I didn't invite you on the show for your audience, I invited you on the show because of the way that you present yourself and the things that you're passionate about being a good fit for a particular episode I'm doing. As an example, I had Super Metal Dave 64 on last week because he was a good fit for the conversation we wanted to have at that time. Had nothing to do with the size of his YouTube channel. And I think this gets lost on a lot of content creators that started small, started from nothing, and have blown up, where they lose the fact that it's not about how big the channel is or me trying to take advantage of you. I am trying to get people on the show that create an engaging conversation. So, this is why you hardly ever see me guest on any other podcast. I don't get asked to come on other podcasts. I just don't. It's also possible people just don't like me. I mean, the whole other side of the spectrum is all these YouTubers are fine. They just don't like Nintendo Prime. And I mean, whatever. What am I going to say to that? Not everyone has to like me. Hey, I'll smash that butthole. Oh my God, what a username. Smash my butt, Sakura, oh yeah, baby, for $2. No message. I think that's all I'm going to give you, though. I don't even think I'm giving a cap shot for that one. I think just the fact that I had to do the smash my butt Sakurai thing, I think is good enough. Do you have the right set of mind about the podcast and invites and this content? Do I have the right set of mind? What's the right set of mind to you? Charles Trudell, what do you think the right set of mind is? My set of mind when I invite podcast guests on is I reach out and I go, hey, so I have this Nintendo podcast, and we're going to be talking about, this kind of stuff this week or this week. And I'm just wondering, if you might be interested in guesting on it and coming on and having a open conversation about these various Nintendo topics. If that day doesn't work for you and a different day works, let me know. I can schedule it to a different day. We can schedule a different time. I will adjust the podcast schedule to fit your schedule and be super nice about it. I'd prefer to keep it on the same schedule, but again, not every, you might have streams that night or your own content or your own family stuff. And I'm super nice about it. And the bottom line is most of the time you don't even get a response. Bottom line is, it doesn't matter how you approach it, whether you Twitter DM, whether you email, whether you have them on Discord. I have some of these people on Discord and direct message them. They just don't respond most of the time. They don't say anything. It's kind of sad. I mean, I don't want to call my boy out here, but Camelot331 was here earlier in the stream. You know how many times that bastard's been invited to come on my podcast, and how many times he hasn't shown up? Not to call my boy out. He was on the stream earlier because he does respond to me, but people just don't show up, or they forget about it, or everyone's got their own lives. It's one of those things that, hey, the Nintendo Prime podcast is me and Eric, and if we have a guest, cool. If we don't, it's whatever. As an example, we have Andre's Restart. We had Super Mario Day 64 last week. Andre's Restart this week. I don't have anyone planned for next week yet. My next planned guest is November 10th, potentially. Could be the week after. We're kind of playing around with when it's going to work. Right now, that guest is going to be Destiny FOMO. I don't know how many people know who Destiny FOMO is. Super, super nice person. Gamer girl, all that jazz. She's probably more of a hardcore gamer than I am, to be completely honest. So yeah, she is a guest that we have planned sometime. Let's just say sometime in November. Tentative is November 10th, but her schedule is fluctuating, so we'll see what works. She definitely wants to come on though, and she's been super nice about it the whole time. Would I do gaming streams in the future? I get asked that a lot. Probably not. I do them once in a while. I do like launch streams. Gaming streams just don't perform well on my channel. Maybe they'll be. I'll put this as a caveat. So I do have a Twitch channel, and I always said that I could just game stream on Twitch and not care. I think what it's going to have to be is, let's say my channel gets to like, I don't know, 150,000 subscribers or something. Maybe at that point, I'll take like a night a week over on Twitch, and I'll dedicate that to game streaming. Because at around 150,000 subscribers, and let's say it's 15, 20, 25,000 views a video, that's when I could start considering doing YouTube as a job. And if I start to consider doing YouTube as a job, then I have more free time to do content, and I could take a moment of that free time and say, okay, this night, every week, is game night over on Twitch. And we could just go do that. But it has to get to a point that I feel I can dedicate more time than I already do to what I'm doing. Hey, is Samus Hunter a legit source? So, the only thing I'll say about Samus Hunter, and I've said this the whole time, is I don't know who her sources are. I know who she told me her sources are, but I haven't verified it, nor could I verify it. Bottom line is, I don't really care if Samus Hunter has her own sources or if she is getting this information from other leakers on leak discords and leak servers and leak what. I don't really care. What I care is whatever she puts out, if it's accurate. And her accuracy rate is insanely high. It's over 90%. Over 90% of the things she says are going to happen. So whether or not she has her own sources, or whether or not it's like other leakers have said and accused her of stealing things, and this, I really don't give a shit, because all these other leakers accusing her don't have as good of a track record as she does. So it's almost like they're maybe a little bit jealous about it. So I don't know if Samus Hunter is legit. What I do know is, well, every time she opens her mouth, she's usually right. And as somebody who covers leaks and rumors, that's what matters to me. Is the information accurate? Most of the time coming from Samus Hunter, it's accurate. So yeah, I'm going to cover it. I don't really care where she gets the information from. I care that it's right. None of us should care. Leakers are all anonymous people that we don't know. So like, it don't matter to me where the information comes from. It matters, is it accurate? And it happens to be, when it comes from her, it's pretty damn accurate. Probably why she has a bigger Twitter following than I do now, because she just keeps nailing things. Can you tell me about the speakers on the OLED? Sound louder than the OLED? So there's been some questions about the audio because Nintendo touted improved audio. I haven't noticed anything. I've done Bluetooth headphones. I've done plug-in headphones. I've done just the speakers on their own. To be honest, it all sounds pretty much the same. Now, I'm not a massive audiophile, so it's possible someone who is might be able to notice a slight difference. But I would still say, even if the difference is there, it's so slight, most people aren't going to know, or aren't going to notice, or wouldn't think it's any different. So I'm just going to go with, it's pretty much the same. I honestly, my own personal opinion, I can't tell the difference. So, I would like to see Misclick on one of our podcasts. Misclick was on one of our podcasts. Misclick's good. She's a good chick. She'd probably be willing to come back on. She was on one of our podcasts 3 months ago, I want to say. So Ben Powers. Ben Powers. Now, I don't know if you are the Ben Powers. I'm not sure which Ben Powers you are, because I had multiple people claiming to be Ben Powers, right? Benjamin Powers, Ben Powers, etc. Here's the bottom line, Benjamin Powers. Here's the bottom line. I have sent out a Switch Lite. Okay? The Switch Lite has already arrived. Here's the deal. I received 4 different emails claiming to be you. Only one of those emails contained a screenshot with me saying congrats at Ben Powers and the at Ben Powers showing the proper highlight per YouTube. So, the person who got it was the one who sent me the proper screenshot. Other people sent me other screenshots. They sent me other things that weren't what I asked for. Only one person did it correctly. That person was sent the Switch Lite. If that person isn't you, I apologize. But these are why I have my strict rules with giveaways. And this person that I sent it to completed it in the way that I asked. So, if it's not you and you didn't get it, I'm sorry, but it's already been sent. It arrived on Sunday. This is old news to me now. It's done and over with. I have all the receipts to prove I sent it. I have, I'm not going to give all personal addresses and emails and all that, but I've got all of the information here in front of me, literally right now, about sending it, about shipping addresses, about everything. It's already been sent and taken care of. So if it's not, if it's you and someone else faked it and got it, I really apologize. But if they faked it in the exact manner I told people to do it. So nobody else emailed me in the correct manner. So that's why I'm very, very specific about emailing me in the correct manner with the correct screenshot. And I have gone back into the stream to verify it as well. So if it wasn't you, sorry, man. I don't know what to tell you. This is what happens sometimes with giveaways. There's lots of people that try to claim it. I gave it to the person that followed the rules. Let's see here. Are the fans loud or quiet? I would say they're quiet. Is it quieter than the original Switch? It's hard to know because I'd have to buy a new Switch. I don't even notice the fan, to be completely honest. I mean, you can put your hand over it and feel it blow out, but I honestly don't even notice it. So it's quiet to me. Is it quieter than this one? I don't know. This one feels quiet to me most of the time too. This one makes a little noise now, but it's older and got some dust in it and all this other stuff. So it's really hard for me to fairly compare. The only way to fairly compare would be to take this up against a brand new Switch out of box, and I don't have one of those. So, let's see here. Is the white color better than the colored? I mean, that's personal preference. There's no such thing as better. Personal preference. No problem, Nintendo Hardcore. I try to answer everyone's question. Can you buy the Switch OLED in stores, or does it have to be a pre-order? As far as I'm aware, there's only a couple. I think Walmart might have a couple that are going to be in store day one. In the U.S., it's going to be pretty hard to get during launch weekend. Let's see here. Maybe the last character is Sakurai's old friend. Maybe it's an honored character for everything he and Sakurai done. Maybe it's Sakurai. Dude, Sakurai's a Smash character to me would be the ultimate hype, but I doubt that's going to be the case. So the Switch OLED will be in stores in limited stock. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see here. Are giving away a Nintendo Switch OLED tonight? That was last Friday. That was a few days ago we did that. Let me see here. Alex Arias says, can you run a test on the same game running on your OLED from 100% to 0% with the vibrant and standard modes each? We know the battery should last longer, but not for how much longer. So, I've already done the battery test. And I am debating on if I'm going to publish the video or not. Because it's kind of so I did vivid max brightness 100% to 0. I've done standard max brightness 100% to 0. Then I did it again 100% with auto brightness to 0. And I did this with AAA. One was Doom Eternal, one was Breath of the Wild, and then the other was just like an indie game like Hollow Knight or whatever. And so I did the test three times over and over again with 3 different games, and it's just, let's just say Nintendo's battery life claim is accurate. The problem with my battery life test is what do I have to compare it to? Okay. Here's what I have to compare it to. This is a version 2 Switch. This version 2 Switch already has the same battery life as this, according to Nintendo. This version 2 Switch is not brand new. This version 2 Switch is 2 years old. Because of that, there's some battery degradation. So yeah, the battery life is worse on this than this, but it should be because this is 2 years older than this. So the battery in this is 2 years older than this, and has 2 years of wear and tear on it compared to a week. So yeah, this battery is going to be worse, but not because it actually is worse. And the last time I did a proper battery test was on the version 1 Nintendo Switch. So like, I don't have data to compare this to. All I can tell you is Nintendo gives you data on their website that says X amount of hours to X amount of hours, and this falls right within that in every single test. So it's accurate to the numbers Nintendo tells you. And the numbers Nintendo tells you are the exact same numbers as the version 2 Nintendo Switch. So the version 2 Switch and this should theoretically have the exact same battery life. There's not really anything to talk about there. The battery sizes are exactly the same. The power draw is pretty much exactly the same. You might say, but how does it make sense? OLED panel? Because OLED technology has gotten to the point where OLED and LCD draw almost the same amount of power. So yeah, it is what it is. I don't know what you want me to tell you. The battery life isn't, if you have a version 1 Switch, it's going to be better than that. Absolutely. But if you didn't think the version 2 Switch battery life difference was good enough, well, this is the same battery life difference. There's no, like, it's not like it's better than that, so. Charles Rudolph said, just to be sure about before, I was saying that you were right about your podcast mindset. It seems it wasn't clear enough. I will make sure to be more clear next time. It's all right, dude. Messages over text aren't always as clear as they can be. You know, it is what it is. I try my best. You know, I invite people on. I don't really care who they are. I just care about, you know, do they have a piece of content or something I can see so I can get an idea of their personality and the way they talk and the quality of their sound. So I know if it's going to gel with my show. And if not, then okay, we'll move on. Yeah, I would like to get bigger guests, but to be honest, we're not going to get like big interview guests to come on a podcast. Like we're not going to get Shigeru Miyamoto or, in a lesser sense, even getting like Reggie Fils-Aimé, who doesn't, you know, work at Nintendo anymore. Like getting anyone to guest on like that is still going to be something that's not going to happen until my channel is significantly bigger than it is now. At my size, yeah, I'm just going to get a bunch of fellow content creators, and that's probably mostly what it's going to be. Master of Hyrule, who has a check mark. I always get jealous of you guys with check marks. I'm like, I don't get it. I can't get a check mark. Anyways, how did I get it early? I've answered this question on Friday. And I don't shy away from it. I think other YouTubers have been a little shying away from it because they're a little worried for good reason. So pretty much so there's been some presumptions by some fans because I have one, Kevin Kenson has one, Austin Evans got one from another YouTube channel. Let me see, what is it? Bob Wolf has one. Beat 'em Ups has one. So like the handful of us that have it got it from the same person and paid quite a bit of extra money to get it from the same person. Switchforce as well. He literally got it from, I know for sure Switchforce got it from the same person. And like most of them have been unwilling to really talk about it. I don't know what they're hiding from. Look, bottom line is some guy in California was on a reseller app selling these last week. I found out about it through a fan of our channel and organized a way to buy one and get it sent to me. Yes, I paid scalper prices. It is what it is. That's what you pay if you want to do things early and do early content for people. Nintendo didn't send any of us all these YouTubers you see with units right now. Nintendo didn't send any of us units. Nintendo has not sent out units as far as we're aware for Switch OLED, at least to YouTubers. So all these videos that we've been doing have been ones that we bought from a reseller out in California and paid scalper prices for, plus stupidly expensive overnight shipping, like $150 for overnight shipping. It's insane. But I mean, that wasn't like a ripoff on the seller's part. That was a ripoff on just, that's what overnight shipping costs. It's freaking $150. It is what it is. So the thing is, We all got it from the same place. And I think the reason that a lot of YouTubers are just not talking about how they got it because they want you to presume they got it officially, because it makes their channel look better if you think they got it officially. Let's just be honest. Like if I let people just think, if I never said how I got it, and I let people just think, oh, Nintendo sent it to them, obviously, it makes my channel look better because it makes it look like Nintendo values my channel and thinks I'm worth sending an OLED to over IGN even. Like that's crazy. Think about how much clout that can give me. But I don't lie to you guys. I'm transparent. I paid scalper prices for this bad boy from a reseller out in California last week. There's no beating around the bush about it. That's how I got it. That's how all of us got it. Yeah. I don't know what else you want me to say. Like that's literally how it happened. The reason that I think Beat 'em Up's mentioned in his video, he kind of inferred how he maybe got it, but he skirted around it a bit. Because there is this concern that the reseller is selling someone's pre-orders, but we don't know that. And the reseller basically won't talk about anything other than, do you want it? Here's what it costs. We'll ship it to you. But really, the reseller basically won't say anything else. So we're not sure where they came from. We're not sure if they're other people's pre-orders from a retail outlet, if he stole it from a truck. We have no idea how this person got his hands on, like a dozen units. We have no idea. What we do know is that he was selling them, so we bought one. Someone else was going to buy them, so why not us so we can make content? So yeah, we let's just say I really hope you appreciate the Switch OLED content that I've been doing over the last week. Because I could safely tell you the content itself has not paid for what I paid for this. So like some people will be like, well, it's worth spending the scalper prices for you as a content creator. Look at all the money you're going to make. Even if you count the unboxing video, which was before I had this on hand, even counting that in, I have not made back the money I spent to have this OLED. And that's okay. Because when I do stuff like this, the crazy ass, let me pay double the cost of something to get it early or whatever, all the crazy money spent. Here's the bottom line. I'm not doing that because I feel like I'm going to profit off of it. I feel like people have this misconception of YouTubers sometimes where, well, of course you did it because you're going to profit off it. No, I'm actually losing money overall on my Switch OLED coverage, like literally losing money over what this thing cost me is insane, and I'm losing money. But, caveat, I didn't get it for the money. I got it to create unique content. If you guys look at the number of videos I have put out over the last 5 days, that's because I have unique exclusive content I can make. See, when I'm making just news content, you get like a video a day. But when I can actually do unique content that pretty much no one else is doing, like who else have you seen tear apart the dock? Who else have you seen to look at the chip, look up what the chip's capable of? Dude, nobody. I haven't seen any other YouTuber do it yet. The video I did today, I've not seen any other YouTuber do. And that's only possible because I did this. So what's happening is I'm able to make content I'm passionate about that I want to make that happens to be sort of exclusive to the channel. Did I have to pay for access to do it? Yup. Would I do it again? Hell yeah. It doesn't matter that I'm not going to make my money back because I am loving getting to make, like what I spent on this is worth it for my enjoyment in making content that I otherwise wouldn't be able to make. Hope that makes sense. I've been putting these other YouTubers on blast in the comment section saying, you guys do know they're stealing other people's pre-orders. So Clinton Sala, what we'll say is this. Don't blame the YouTubers. Because number one, we don't know that these are pre-orders being stolen. After all, there are mom and pop shops that weren't doing pre-orders. This person could literally be working at a mom and pop shop and decided, hey, we didn't do pre-orders and we can make scalper money on this right now, so why don't we do it right now? That could literally be how this happened. And if that's the case, nobody got screwed. It could also be units that were just going to be on shelves. Again, nobody's pre-order got screwed then. Because there will be retailers with units on shelves on Friday. Now, I don't expect those units to last past Friday, but they will be there on Friday. So we don't know that anyone's pre-orders were actually taken. So to say that is to know something we don't even know as YouTubers. Beyond all that, setting aside that, us YouTubers aren't the reason that those switches went missing. If we didn't buy them, other people would have. Bottom line is, if they were already being sold. It is what it is. If we don't buy it, somebody else buys it. Life moves on. So at the end of the day, what are you going to do? You might as well, I guess, quote unquote, take advantage and try to do something with it. Now, I'm curious for people like beat 'em ups. Now, maybe it's worth it to him because he gets so many views on a video that, like, buying it for the price that, assuming that he paid what I paid, and then doing the one video on it, like, maybe that's enough. He makes enough money per video with sponsorships and the video views that it's worth him buying it anyways for one video. But so many of these people have, like, gotten the OLED and they've just barely done anything with it, right? Kevin Kenson, credit to him, he's someone who's actually put together some nice content about OLED. But most of the YouTubers, like, haven't, and it's weird. Like, why did you go out of your way to spend all this money to get it early if you were only planning to do the one video? Like, oh, hey, I bought a Switch order letter in the mail box. It can give you my thoughts. Like, that's it? That's all you're doing with it? Why the hell did you buy it early? Like, who cares? I got it early because I'm like, hey, I can be the first person to take apart the dock. I can be the first person to try to take the whole thing apart, which I technically haven't done. We'll see. I might do it on live stream at some point. But bottom line is, like, you can be the first people to do certain things. Like, that's cool. But if that's not why you did it, then I don't know. I'm really confused. Like, I don't know. Personally, if I was just planning to do the one video, I would have never bought the thing. The honesty. I mean, I'm always going to be honest about it. Like, I have no idea where the thing came from. I just know how I got it and what I paid for it. Thank you again for the teardown and also breaking your OLED a bit because of that. I mean, you did say it still worked. Yeah, I did break my OLED. So it still works, guys. Like, look, see, it's all good. It's all good. Everything's working. The thing is, though, you'll notice I can't. This is not connected. I have to go like this. I have to hit the button. I have to wait for it to connect, then slide it back on because I broke the rail. The rail, it does not recognize this connected. So this switch will no longer charge the right Joy-Con. So this right Joy-Con here will no longer charge. So, like, I have to charge it on a different switch. So that's a pain in the butt. By the way, what I broke is fixable. They just don't have the parts yet. I'm presuming within the first couple months the part will be here, and then I can fix that rail. But right now I can't fix it. So, or I'll be able to buy some broken OLED off eBay for $50 and be able to grab the part I need off it. That can happen too. Sometimes it's profitable, by the way, to like because say a bunch of broken OLEDs appear on eBay in the next couple of months. Sometimes it's profitable to just buy them at $50 a pop and, like, hodgepodge a few of them together, make it work, and then just resell them for close to full price. There's entire channels that do that. How much was it? It's okay if you don't want to answer. I'm just curious. When all was said and done, I spent $650. I mean, what am I going to do? Lie to you about it? That's what I spent. Maybe some other people spent less. Maybe some other people spent more. That's what I spent. And as I said, combining all of my Switch OLED videos together has not even paid for it. And that's fine. Who cares? Right? So Clinton Sala says, there's no reason for these YouTubers to go out and try to get them early, though. There's already coverage. Hold on. There's already coverage out on the product, so why risk stealing somebody's system over paying to do it? One, again, if they don't buy it, somebody else will. You got to remember, the guy is like every day he has like 2 or 3 units available, and they're gone. at the very beginning of the day. It doesn't matter if it's a YouTuber, it doesn't matter if it's local. He's actually sold most of his units locally. So the thing is, someone else is buying it anyways. And again, you're making a presumption that these are people's pre-orders. We do not know this. We need to set aside assuming that these are people's pre-orders. We don't know. That is something none of us know. There's no facts stating. Could it be? Maybe. But we don't know. The person in the wrong isn't us. The person in the wrong is the person doing it. You want to talk about moral issues, they're the people in the wrong. It's kind of like, do we blame consumers who have retail copies of Metroid Dread that they walked into a store today and bought? There are people in the world right now that walked into retail stores today and bought Metroid Dread. So who's at fault? The people who bought that copy of Metroid Dread and now, the gameplay and everything can be leaked to the whole public? Or is it the retail outlet for selling it early? Bottom line is, the seller's the one at fault, not the people who bought it. So, shout out to Gerard Giacovencio. Welcome. You are now the latest member of the board of directors of Nintendo Prime. That gets us to 187. I know the ticker didn't update. YouTube's been a little weird updating the ticker. So we're at 187, 13 away from our next giveaway. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining our members, man. I appreciate it. When do you think the white Joy-Cons will be sold separately? I have no idea. Let me see here. ALV says maybe Wood didn't do a teardown because he was tired of breaking so many switches in such a short time. Dude, yeah. He broke 2 switches back to back. I was watching his live stream when he almost started the battery on fire. And the whole time, what am I going to say in the chat? He ain't going to listen to me, right? His chat's moving a million miles an hour. I'm just watching and I'm like, he does not know what he's doing. Nope. Doesn't know what he's doing. Nope. Oh my God, he's about to poke a hole in the battery. He's about to poke, and he poked a hole in the battery. Watching him reef on the battery wire to get it up. Yes, sometimes the glue is really stuck on there. You use a hair dryer sometimes to loosen the glue. It's not that you don't even need a heat gun because you don't want to overheat the battery, but you could just apply a little bit of heat from a hair dryer and that glue would have just let go. It wouldn't have been that big a deal. Usually it's not stuck that bad, but when it is, that's what you do. You don't use a heat gun, not on a battery, but you can use a hair dryer, and he would have been fine. And I guarantee, with his lovely locks, that he has a hair dryer in that house. You are seeing it the way I do. I have no idea why these guys are overpaying just to put out one video. Yeah, well, that's really that's more my not really understand. So put it this way. When Beat 'em Ups did it, I get it. Dude, the guys have got, what, 1.3, 1.4 million? I don't know. He's a huge channel, right? Wood's he's really blown up over the last few years. So my thing is, that one video he does probably covers the cost of it and then some. So for him, yeah, just being able to make that one video, it's a video idea. It fills a slot for him. It's no sweat off his back because of the amount of money he's already making on his channel anyways. The video he's going to make on it's probably going to be, pretty much pay for the entire thing anyways, if not make him a profit. So for someone like him, I get it. And someone like Kevin Kenson, totally understood what Kevin Kenson was doing, right? Kevin Kenson, he today has the best comparison video on the internet. He did a comparison video comparing 20 different games, and it's really well edited together. They came up with a very clever way to do it. They obviously have a really good camera system, and they were able to do it in a way that I just can't do it. I just don't have the ability to do it the way that he did, and that's awesome, and credit to him for that. That's amazing. Good job. Really good editing. Whoever idea it was to do it that way, whether it was him or someone on his team, that's awesome. That was a really cool video, and he did a number of videos, and it obviously made sense for him, and all those videos massively outperformed most of his latest content, and it made a lot of sense for him. Austin Evans, he technically didn't buy one. He had a YouTuber on who bought 2 of them from this person, and he got to do the world's first actually taking the backplate off the Switch, OLED. He was the first person in the world to do that. That would make sense for Austin. That makes a lot of sense to do content like that. But then, like, you know, you have Bob Wolf do his, and his was another one that was kind of like beat 'em ups, and maybe that video ended up paying for his OLED too. I have no idea, because he's also a significantly bigger channel than I am. So I'm not really sure. Like, for the one girl, so there's this one female YouTuber who was on Austin Evans' channel. I forget the name of her channel. I am subscribed to it, but I forget the name. She was a really tiny YouTuber. She had a couple thousand subscribers, only got like, 100 views a video. And all of her Switch OLED videos are getting thousands of views after she appeared on Austin Evans' channel. This ended up being a worthwhile investment for her, because her channel's, I think at 7,000, 8,000 subscribers, maybe it's at 10,000 now. Her channel just grew, by like 400, 500%. That was obviously a worthwhile venture for her, even though monetary-wise, she's not actually going to make back the money she spent on those 2 Switch OLEDs. Like, it's just not going to happen. She's not making that money back. But she is kickstarting her channel that could lead to long-term success, right? So, like, and I'm not one to complain, My Switch OLED giveaway, which I don't need a Switch OLED on hand to do, that was obviously a bigger growth thing for me than any of my Switch OLED content. But everyone's different. I can't talk for other YouTubers on why they make the decisions they do. So, Gerard Ajiva Chenjo says, I saw you pay respect for a guy who lost his dad, and you mentioned you have 3 kids who you love lots. You seem like a great dad and spiritual too. Thanks, man. Yeah. Yeah, that was a rough thing on Friday. Had someone it was either a super chat or something. I think it was a super chat, and they mentioned it, and I just said, dude, that's, yeah, it's tough losing a father. And I get that he's like an adult, obviously, and his father might have been older, but it doesn't make it any easier, So that's, I felt bad. And then the dude private messaged me or emailed me and said, hey, man, we've got a bunch of Switches in this house. We got 2 Switch OLEDs on the way. Like, dude, give that light to somebody else. So I did. So Clinton Sale again says, is it really worth going out to spend $600 per one video? It all depends on what your goal of making the videos are. So as I said, I've done multiple videos. I haven't made my money back. Does that mean it wasn't worthwhile to me? I mean, if you're looking from a monetary investment, this was a bad investment. I didn't make my money back. Bad investment. But also, I wasn't trying to make my money back. I was trying to create content that's unique to my channel. And for that, damn, I'll spend a lot of money. Like this camera, right now, this camera right here, I'm pointing at you guys, $1,500. I don't really think I've necessarily had it pay for itself, But damn, do I not like the way I look on live streams and on my videos because of it. I was doing just fine without it, but damn, I really like what this camera does. So has the camera really paid for itself? I don't know, but that's not why I bought it. I bought it because I wanted to create better content, Super Switch Go, is that the name of the channel? Is that the name of the girl I was thinking of? The one thing I will say is she made like a top 10 video that I was like, okay. All right. Maybe milking this. Yeah, Super Switch Go. She's at 8,000 subscribers now. So, like, she did this, what was it? Was it the Switch OLED Secrets? Was that the one? Yeah. Her Switch OLED Secrets video, which is kind of like her last video that she did. It's also one of her most disliked videos. Switch OLED Secrets, like, almost everything she points out in that video isn't really a secret and has been marketed by Nintendo. So it was totally like, hey, I have an OLED and I need to make some unique content, so here you go. But hey, got 13,000 views, and it's better than most of my videos do, so kudos, But yeah, she's really blown up since she appeared on Austin Evans' channel, so credit to her. And hey, she seems super bubbly. I've tried getting a hold of her. I've wanted to invite her on a podcast, but she hasn't responded. See, another one of those, like, she's a small-time YouTuber and still hasn't responded. So, like, what am I going to do, I can't make people. That's the big thing. You can't make people talk to you, right? So, Clinton Sala, have you seen Kevin Kenson's 20 game comparison? It's really good. It's a really phenomenal comparison. Alvy says, with all the info you're extracted from the teardowns on the new model, do you think it's feasible that at some point Nintendo would unlock the X1 and overclock it? No. In fact, it's highly possible the cooling solution on this Switch might be worse. It's a smaller heat pipe. It's a smaller fan. There's a potential the cooling's worse. They will not be unlocking the X1. No. Sorry. I just squashed that right now. No. My humble opinion, anyways, is no. I'm not Nintendo, but I would say it's a pretty safe bet it ain't happening. I like the Series S. JP says, does this mean this channel isn't your 9-to-5 job? No. This is not my 9-to-5 job. No. I have a different job. It's not my 9-to-5 job. I'm also a full-time college student, full-time parent. I work from home, which is what enables me to like step away and make videos sometimes. The girl's name from Super Switch Go is an incredibly nice person, but she's also washed out like she seems to be the typical good retail employee you'd like, but she's misinformed. I kind of get the, like, watching her videos, she's super bubbly, very friendly, like a person who's just impossible not to like. But also, hey, you know, I don't know if it's just because of your youth or what it is. You're not quite as knowledgeable as maybe you think you are. Or some of the things you think are interesting to point out might not actually be that interesting. Maybe you're just not as informed as you should be. Like, oh, these are some surprises or some secrets Nintendo didn't tell you, except that Nintendo did tell us. All of them. Maybe you just didn't pay enough attention. And it's not to knock her credibility. It's just saying, I know what it's like too. Like when I did my internet comparison, and even though my chart was correct, my words that I physically said was wrong. I kept saying megabyte per second, megabyte per second, gigabyte per second. When it's megabit, gigabit, I kept saying byte. I know it's bit. I literally have done networking for a job. I know it's bit. But I just kept repeatedly saying byte. And that just makes me look like I'm someone who doesn't know what I'm talking about. Like today, talked about HDMI cables. People are like, oh, there's no, like there is differences in HDMI cables. The thing is, the differences aren't like, oh, a 1.4 cable or a 2. That's not really how it works. There are differences in HDMI cables, but it's not like this is a 1.4 cable, this is a 2.0, this is a 2.1. That's not really how HDMI cables work. They are rated by speeds. But yeah, it's just kind of a, when you use the common terminology of the common people and that terminology is incorrect, and then you have people come along that know how it all works and tells you, man, you sound like an idiot. I say, no, I sound like someone who's talking to people who also talk this way. That's the way I feel. I know how HDMI cables work. It's just, it's sometimes harder for people to understand and grasp the full technical. It's like making it a layman thing. I clarified in the comments too. I said, hey, I know there's no such thing as like a 1.4 cable and a 2.0 cable. I realize that, but it's kind of just trying to make it digestible, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'm doing it wrong, and it's fine. I'm not the most knowledgeable person in the world, by the way. I'm really not. I get a lot wrong, and I'll comp to it. It's okay. But it does bug me sometimes, and like some people will be like get a bunch wrong, but then they never address it. You know, it's kind of like, I get like forget and move on. I think forget and move on can work when you learn from it and then clearly have improved because of it. For me, I'm someone that I can't forget and move on. I have to acknowledge my mistakes, and then I'll get better at it in the future. But that's me. Not everyone is that way. Some people can acknowledge it without having to like make a public thing about it. Clinton Sales says, you getting the OLED and doing a giveaway was totally worth. The giveaway had nothing to do with me buying the OLED early. I just want to clarify, the OLED giveaway has been going on this entire last month. Had nothing to do with me getting it early. That OLED stream was literally planned the entire month. It was up the whole month. People were setting notifications for it the whole month. I'm pretty sure that OLED giveaway stream was going to be just as big even if I didn't have an OLED on hand. I don't think that really impacted it. People want to win free shit. I mean, it didn't hurt. I'm just saying, I'm not so sure it was as big a helping factor as people think. She speaks like someone off the street, not a pro. I'll say this: I'm not gonna go digging on this YouTuber. I haven't watched enough of her content to know. I'll just say, it doesn't bother me when you're a tiny YouTuber and you're just starting. You know, you get these interesting ideas in your head to make content. And then you do some really basic research, right? A couple quick Google searches, and you throw together, like, you know, your script, because a lot of people will script. I'm pretty sure she's someone who scripts her videos. And then, you know, she just does it and she's got good editing. Her editing's way better than mine. So she gets some nice editing going. She gets a decent script. She's got a bubbly personality. And it can come off as a wannabe because she's not as knowledgeable as some people in her audience. The thing is, it's okay. I think it's just kind to politely correct and move on. Because bottom line is, she's probably like a young kid. I wouldn't be surprised if she's like 20, 21. I'm 35. I mean, there's a point where I can almost be her dad. So it's one of those situations where, just kind of let it be, let her grow up, let her figure it out as she goes. She's probably, super new to gaming over the last handful of years, and just let her figure it out. Everyone's going to have their growing pains and make their fair share of mistakes along the way. Just because I've been doing video game stuff since I was like 12, not everyone has been. So like, not only playing video games, I've been like doing video game websites and news reporting and all this since I was 12. And I still make mistakes. At 35, I'm still making mistakes. So like, if I'm still making mistakes and I fashion myself to be fairly knowledgeable about the stuff I'm talking about, I can forgive someone else who has literally 1/10 of the experience I do for making worse mistakes. It's like, well, you should be. You don't really have all the experience. You don't have the knowledge. You don't have the years of going through the growing pains of making those mistakes in public. So, thoughts on scalpers? I don't know. It's legal in the US, so I don't really know what to say. It sucks. On a more playful note, if you could make a game with you as the main lead, it's Zelda. Zelda. I have no idea what Eric and Yulia's game would be, but Zelda. Cash App? What about Cash App? What does that one TikTok shows person keep spamming Cash App? I have a Cash App. Why would I share my Cash App? You make educated guesses. Yeah, then they could still be wrong. Part of the problem... See, I disagree with this notion. So it says part of the problem is that if you do admit you're wrong, it can get even worse for you if you're super experienced. I disagree with that. I think, and we've seen Gamer Nexus comp to being wrong. And he's way more experienced than all of us with a lot of this stuff, especially tearing down things and doing proper comparisons. The bottom line is, if you're super experienced and can still admit you make mistakes, it doesn't amplify because you're super experienced. What it actually shows is that it doesn't matter how experienced you are. Even the most experienced people make mistakes because we're human. The human nature of us doesn't go away just because you have a ton of experience. You can still make mistakes. You can be an electrician for 50 years and be on your 7,598th project and still make a mistake. It happens. Like, it's part of being a human. We're not robots. We are going to have human error. We're going to sometimes say the wrong things. Like when I'm saying megabyte, when I know in my mind they mean megabit, but for some reason my mouth keeps saying megabyte the whole video. I clearly put megabit in the damn graph, and I keep saying megabyte over and over again, and I freaking know. And the thing is, it made it through editing like that. I listened to it during editing and didn't catch the fact that I kept saying freaking megabyte. And I know better. I know better. I also know that I don't have a ton of time to make videos because I don't do this full time. So basically, I get one cut of my videos, and then I edit that cut, and that's about it. I don't have time to go back and make new cuts and new edits and new recordings for it. So I also know that sometimes if I make a mistake like that, I just got to kind of let it go, because bottom line is either that video happens and that mistake is in, or the video doesn't happen at all, and I don't want to scrap all the work I already put into the video, so I'm just going to put it out there knowing the mistake is present. I could make notes of it in the actual editing, and that is something I keep writing down for myself. When you knowingly catch a mistake, but you know you can't go back and record the footage or record the audio to redo that mistake, at least put like a little note in the video with the text. It's super easy to do with a star that every time I say megabyte, it flashes up and says megabit on screen. So people know that the person in the video recognized that he kept saying the wrong thing, and it makes them realize, oh, he just didn't have time to recut or redo the take, but he caught it in editing, and he's letting the audience know the correct way of saying it. That is something that I am well aware of, and I need to be doing more often when I do catch my mistakes. Problem is I don't always catch them. So that's another thing too. When you're the one on the video and then you're also the one editing it, you are less likely to catch the mistakes, because it always sounds right in your head. It's like you can hear what you know it's supposed to say in your head, but that's not what actually is being said. I don't know if you guys have ever edited your own videos before and or edited your own audio podcast. There's things you won't catch that you said, even though you know the correct way to say it, but it sounded right in your head as you said it. It's kind of like when you read your own papers. Sometimes it's better to have your paper peer reviewed, because you might actually know the correct way, but as you're reading it, your mind is just filling in things that you didn't actually put in there that should have been in there. So yeah, it's kind of a mind fuck. And then like, when you have someone edit it, then obviously the editor also needs to be as knowledgeable as you, or they won't catch the mistakes either. So it's a whole mess. When do you think we'll get the next original big Mario game? Next year. Respectfully, I think her channel is going to die. I disagree. Here's why I disagree that Super Switch Go is going to kill her channel. One, she was making videos before she ever blew up from Switch OLED. Like, yeah, she's got a ton of Switch OLED since she got it. And she's been doing a lot of Switch OLED coverage, like over the last, month, or so, since, really since it was talked about and announced by Nintendo. But like, she's been making videos, let me see, 3 months ago when she started? Let me sort by oldest. Yeah, so she started her channel 3 months ago. And she started it obviously with the Switch OLED. So she's obviously been more so a Switch OLED channel, I would say, more than anything. She's done a lot of Switch OLED conversations. The thing is, I don't think it's gonna like her videos with having hardly any subscribers. She got 2.5 thousand on her first one, 405, 435, 18,000, 7.3, 7.4, 4.4, 1.2, 1,000, 491, 746, 1.4, 1.3, 2.3. 1.6, 2.2, 2.1, 1.5, 2.2, 2.5, 3.9. I mean, some of these numbers are numbers I still do on my videos today. 4.3, 1.6, 4.2, 6.1, 1.7, 1.5, 2.1, 4.7, 2K, 7.3, 42,000. And then 29,000, that was the video right after Austin. Both those videos blew up because of Austin Evans. And then her most recent one a couple days ago. Here's the thing. I don't think her channel is going to die. I think as long as she is passionate about creating content, keeps her bubbly personality going, her content's going to be fine. Honestly, like her videos bounce around. Some of them have 90+% likes. Some of them have 70. Some have 60. Some have 80. Some have 99. Like, the bottom line is her content is not perfect, and she's learning as she goes, like any content creator, and she's already finding success. There's no reason to think her success is going to end. At least I don't feel there's a reason to feel like her success is going to end. I honestly, I look at her channel and I go, look, She looks like she's got a consistent schedule. She makes it when she's got her time. She is really good at editing. She seems to really enjoy making it. Her videos have been really well edited from the very beginning. As long as she enjoys what she's doing, that's what matters the most, It's not like she's sitting here making a bunch of money on YouTube. She's just having fun. So, good for her. Good for her. I'm happy to see new YouTubers be successful, even if they have some incorrect information. It's okay. I understand. I was new to all this at one point too. So, we did get a membership renewal. A Nash Productions renewed his membership for the 5th month in a row. Says, hey, just joined the stream. How am I doing? I am doing amazing. I love that they added that ability for like members to put messages in now. I feel like that's such a cool thing. I wish I would have been there like back at E3. It's so cool that like when you re-up your membership or become a new member, you can leave messages now like a super chat. It's so cool. What's up, Andres Restart? How's it going, man? Just noticed you in the chat a bit earlier. I hate to say potential, but it sounds like, what is it? Potential? Oh yeah, I got some potential over here. Potential. Got some potential, please. Will Nintendo make more Smash games after Sakurai leaves? Eventually, yeah. Smash is too big for it to just end. When you did a breakdown on the OLED, did you break down on the OLED monitor? Oh, you want to know if I took apart the screen? No. No. You don't take apart an OLED screen itself. There's literally organic material, that's the O part of OLED, inside the screen. You don't take that apart. You ruin the screen. You don't do that. That's a no-no. GI Rocket! What's up, GI Rocky? Thank you so much for the $4.99. Says, what up? I hope all is well. All is well. It's been a little bit. Let me get a little cap shot in for you. It's been a little bit since I had a super chat. Thanks, man. Stuffed myself on ramen. Oh, dude, I've been there, man. I used to live on that stuff. Now I'm living on booze at the moment. But no, I'm living on like protein shakes and salads and shit. On an extreme weight loss kick. Hopefully by the end of this month, you guys will notice that I've lost some pretty decent weight. That's my goal. COS24 Rule says, thank you, by the way, for re-upping your membership for the 4th month in a row. I appreciate that. He's also one of our mods. Any classic games you want to play on Nintendo Switch Online? There's classic games I always want to see. I want to see Conker's Bad Fur Day on the N64. I really want to see that come back. But there's classic games I want to see, but I'm not going to play them. I've been over this before. I'm not really a big classic gamer. It feels weird because that's my era, right? I grew up with it. But because I grew up with it, I've already played and beat all these games multiple times. I have no desire to do it again. I'd rather get a new Conker, a new Banjo. There's so much new games coming out. Who's got time to go back and play old ones? Not me. But some people prefer the old ones over the new ones, so that is what it is. What was the best looking game you've played on the OLED so far? All the games are great. I would say maybe the most impressive difference. Let me just. Oh, see, there's my broken rail again. Just went to it because I always hit the home button to turn it on. Dang it. It is a little bit annoying that I have to disconnect the damn Joy-Con to. Anyways, this is not what your OLED experience will be like. I broke mine, so. I would say maybe the most impressive visual difference, one that just really blew my mind, was probably Doom Eternal. Hollow Knight was a pretty impressive too. But just the way the colors just really popped in Doom Eternal, the way the blood, when you're just gutting those demons, it just something about it just felt more visceral. I don't want to say that this is exactly what the experience is, but it almost felt like playing it on this Switch and then playing it on here. It almost, again, I want to be careful because the games don't run any better. but the color difference on some games is so massively different that it almost feels like you're just fundamentally playing on new hardware with better playing games. It feels that way. Doom Eternal just felt better. But when I measured it, the performance was exactly the same. So why did it feel better? Because it's just a visually more pleasing experience on this system. And the thing is, every game I played is that way. It's just Doom Eternal was one that had the biggest noticeable difference for me. Ori was also really big. Hollow Knight was really big. Any of the super neon, colorful, dark blacks, bright white games, those obviously really pop on here too, but every game does. Literally, after you play this, so I sat down last night and I played this for 3 hours. I played three different games, 1 hour each. And then I went over and I played those same 3 games on here just for an hour total. It's like 20 minutes each. And my God, it literally felt like, 1, I'm downgrading my experience, and 2, why is everything in this game it's like everything's so bland on my Switch, man? Like, why? Like, even like the white back, like I turned it back to white. This doesn't look white to me anymore, man. This looks like cyan or something. It's weird. Like even just looking at the icons, like, my God, I'm bringing the icons up. Like, even the damn icons, I can't show, this doesn't really show well on camera. Like, it probably looks pretty similar on camera from this distance. But like, even the icons, man, this Immortal Phoenix Rising icon on Switch OLED just is popping so freaking much. It's so beautiful that, like, it looks like on the OG Switch, I'm literally looking at it like someone took one of those, you guys remember like those filter films? Like, that people, or no, the screen filters that people would put in front of their monitors to like make things private or like cut down on blue light. So like those big giant filters you put down in front of the monitor and you couldn't see it from an angle, and then when you're looking straight on, you can see it, but it's also almost like you're wearing sunglasses, so it's like subdued. That's what this feels like. It feels like somebody just took like a giant sunglass shade and put it over it, and now that's what this looks like compared to this. It's insane. And it's really, really shocking to go between the two. And I honestly, once I get my, the one that's coming on Friday, I'm done. This one's retired. I'm done with this Switch. It's done. It's out of here. Might even sell it. I have no idea. I'm done with it. Just totally done with it. I got no interest in it anymore. I can't go back. I can't go back. Like, I as much as I want to say, if you only play in docked mode, who cares? Yeah, I agree. But goddamn, does it look so freaking good. Maybe this is the system you needed to convince you to not to play in hand. Like, maybe the reason you weren't playing handheld is because it looked like crap in handheld. It don't look like crap in handheld anymore. It almost looks like a new generation system. And it's crazy to me because I know the frame rates are just as bad. The resolution's just as bad. Nothing's really changed. It's just the screen makes that big of a difference. It's utterly insane. I honestly didn't think it was going to make that big of a difference, having never really seriously gamed on an OLED. And I just, damn. It makes me want to change every screen, every TV, every monitor, everything in my house to OLED. I literally like immediately started, and then I realized how freaking expensive it is to get OLED for everything. But damn, dude, did I really want to get OLED. Thank you for subscribing, by the way. Dreefy Zid. Also, no, I thought we had another member that was just still the same one from Seahawks. Thank you so much for re-upping. I really appreciate not only when we get new members, but I appreciate when people re-up their memberships because it lets me know they want to continue that ongoing support. It's easy enough for people to be like, oh yeah, I'll become a member for a month, but like to see people want to be like, yeah, but I enjoy the content so much, let's keep it going. I like that. It's pretty cool. Loki's one that's been re-upped for several months. And you get different colored icons next to your name too when you re-up your memberships for a certain time. I think the max is 2 years. I think at 2 years there's a special icon. I might go beyond that. I might start adding like a diamond icon if anyone hits 3 years or something like that. Because I've been looking, they added more ability for me to update the icon, so I might be editing that a little bit. And I know I got to get some more emojis in there. I've done that for a while. Eventually, I'm going to pay someone to make me some cool emojis. Might replace all the emojis. We'll see. We'll see. I know some people might miss some of the Eric emojis, but we'll see. I want to get some proper new age emojis in that people are going to really enjoy using. me being an old Patreon sub. Nothing wrong with dude. By the way, I don't know who the hell is still subbed to me on Patreon, but thank you. One, Patreon gives me an extra right now like $50 a month. It kicks me an extra 50 at the beginning of the month. That isn't from YouTube, so that's always nice to see a small little check that's not from YouTube. And on top of that, Patreon's really there for the podcast. And I basically just bank the money up for things for the podcast that we need. Like, you see this new background, you guys can see part of it. I was able to get that because of Patreon. We have another new background coming in. And again, it's for the podcast that we were able to get because of Patreon. So Patreon is really how we support the podcast and support some equipment and stuff we do there. So I appreciate it. I don't push Patreon like I used to because we've been obviously pushing YouTube members, which have been much more successful than pushing. I mean, we're at 186. We've never had 186 patrons. So obviously pushing YouTube memberships has been a lot more successful to do. I think it's just because of ease of use. You don't have to leave YouTube to do it. I obviously know it also puts more of your eggs in the YouTube basket. So right now, a lot of my YouTube revenue is very reliant on YouTube. That might come back to bite me someday. But for now, when I'm not doing it for a living, what's it matter? Shining bright like a diamond. The Switch OLED still have Joy-Con drift. I've taken apart the Joy-Cons. They're exactly the same. They're the same sticks. So I have not had drift yet, but it's a matter of time. They did not update the Joy-Cons. Sorry to say. If they did, I would have made a video on that right away because that's like a huge deal. That's like a deal breaker for something. Like, oh boy, they actually have updated Joy-Cons that you can only get with OLED. Then absolutely gonna buy OLED, but they didn't. Sorry. I wish I had better news for you than that. Let's see here. I'll see you guys later. Let's see who's the last Smash character. So I will be streaming that tomorrow morning. I'll be streaming the Smash stuff. So yeah, we're not gonna stay up super late with the stream. Like sometimes I'd stay up for like another 2 hours from now. I don't know if I'm gonna do that because again, I gotta start streaming at 8 a.m. tomorrow for Smash. So hopefully you guys will come for that. I already have that stream set up. So right when the stream is done, I will actually feature that stream on my channel so people can go get ready for that hype train. Did I get the podcast hats done yet? So I know you keep looking at this, you're like, man, this podcast hat looks so sick. It's still not what I would say production quality. I would not buy it. No. You will know the podcast hats have been done and fixed when you see me wearing new ones that look better than this. And I would probably announce it on the podcast. Right now, this is just a one-time hat that only I should have. The podcast hat designs need to be fixed. But I do like the hat still. It looks fine from afar, obviously. It's when you get up close to it, it's like, what the freak? But, dude, that Nintendo Prime hat's baller though. That white Nintendo Prime hat I wear, that hat, I love that one. That one's final. That one can be bought. How good is the battery life on Switch OLED? The exact same as version 2 Switch. Thanks for subscribing, Cav Beats. I appreciate it. Sucks when you're a handheld player, but you can't afford to buy the new model and then it sells out. I mean, does it though? If you couldn't afford to buy it, then what's it matter that it's sold out, right? Like, just wait till it's in stock. Just save your money. I don't know how that, I mean, that shouldn't suck that bad. Just save the moolah till it's available. Dion Kirk says, since the screen is actually glass now, I wonder if it'll break more easily with a drop. Yeah, it definitely will. Glass shatters, plastic doesn't. Ergo, glass is technically more fragile for cracks and shattering than plastic is. Plastic is more scratch prone. Glass is more cracking prone. That's just reality. So I can already tell you that's true. And no, I'm not about to do a drop test to find out. But I only have one right now. But absolutely, that is something that is possible. Or what is true. I can already tell you is true. That's just true of glass versus plastic in general. You dig the icon. Yeah, dude, the white hat's nice. I don't know where I have it right now, but that hat is sick. But I mean, this is And this white we have other colors of podcast hoodie, by the way. We have black and maroon and some other ones, but podcast hoodies, these are final. These are cool. These are sick. I want to get the hat to look as good as this does. Like, this doesn't even feel printed on. It's awesome. It's awesome. I really love this hoodie a lot. Drop it from a drone. Someone already did that. Dropped the original Switch from a drone. Like 5,000, 2,000 feet? Well, I can't remember. They dropped 1,000 feet. They dropped it from a pretty far distance. Get the fuck out. What? Get the F out if Nintendo Prime channel scam. What? Brandon White, do you want to clarify what you said there? GTFO out if Nintendo Prime channel scammer. All right. Hold on, Brandon White. I see what you said. So Brandon White said, pretty sad someone is trying to scam a real person out of a Switch Lite, whom the original person that won it, whose father just passed away, and he gave it away to someone who needed it. Yeah, someone tried to, yeah, I mean, if you want to say, if you're trying to say it's sad that there's people out there that try to scam for giveaways, I mean, yeah, it's the reason why I have such a complex method of confirmation. Because reality is 4 different people claim to be Ben Powers. Only one of them submitted the correct screenshot, and that's the one that got it. Is that person the same person as the one that's in the chat? I don't know, but there's no way in hell they could have that screenshot if it wasn't. So my whole thought process is I see another Ben Powers come in the chat and ask me about it, and I question, is that the same Ben Powers account? Is that a different Ben Powers account? Is that someone else trying to make my channel look like shit because I never sent it? I have all the evidence and all the proof, the receipts, the emails, the screenshot. I have everything right here to prove I sent the Switch Lite to the person who followed the rules. But yeah, people are going to do that. There was 4 people who tried to tried to claim to be Ben Powers for the Switch Lite. 5 people who tried to claim the OLED. Think about that. 5 different people tried to claim the damn OLED. Isn't that insane? 5 people. But only one person followed the rules. So that's why we have the rules we do, because I'm not saying scamming isn't possible. I'm saying that scamming is significantly harder to get away with me because of the rules I have. So now, Brandon, if you're trying to say I am a scammer, that's pretty lame. I never have an intent to send products to the wrong people. So if that's the accusation there, that's a little weird, because why would I want to send products to the wrong people? That doesn't make any sense. Like, why would I intend to do that? Does the screen look better? Absolutely. The firmware on the OLED's dock, what else do you think they added on it, and why was it placed for the dock? I think it's because they can update the dock later to do a 60 FPS 4K output, because it has the ability to do it. Not upscaling, but it has the ability to do it, which means there's going to be a future Switch that's going to use this same dock that it's going to need to be updated to enable that 4K output. So yeah, I don't think it has anything to do with current Switches. I think this is a dock they designed to be reused for a while. The Switch OLED had better graphics than PS5. I mean, no. What kind of question is that? How's the panel's pixel density? Does it look more pixelated because it's larger? So it's factually more pixelated because it's larger. You can't ignore, you can't sit there and be, yup, the pixels are the same. No, that's literally factually impossible. From a scientific level, it's impossible. The pixels have to be bigger. But the question more so is, can you notice it? And I would say, I don't really notice it. Because everything else about the image is so much better, it just makes any sort of extra pixelation that might be there just not as noticeable to me. Some people might be hypersensitive to it. But to me, no, man, it looks fine. It looks great. It's the only way I want to play handheld now. Would I consider it more sexy? Oh yeah. The second gen Switch is like the exact same Switch with just better battery life. So it's way more sexy than either on any of the other Switches out there. I would consider this sexy. I would consider this, I don't even know. Someone who tries too hard. Tries too hard to be sexy, actually is sexy. Does that make sense? I have no idea. Is Arceus Gen 9 or a spin-off series? I wouldn't say it's not officially Gen 9. I would say it's probably considered a spin-off series for now. We'll have to wait and see. Can I scam one of your hats my way? Oh man, let me just, here you go. Dude, I love my hats, man. You can buy them down in the description. They're down there and available if anyone wants them. Great way to support the channel and you get something cool out of it. Like I love when people buy merch because they get something. Like, yeah, I only get like $5 when you buy something. Like it's my margins are not that big on my merch. I purposely made my margins not that big so I can make them as cheap as possible for you guys and still have it make sense. So like, yeah, I only get like $5 if you buy a hat. But damn, dude, they're sick. Freaking and like they're actually high quality snapbacks. I know some people prefer fitted hats, and I totally understand that. Fitted hats are also wildly expensive. You get a company to make high quality ones for you. Whereas this is actually a super high quality, you know, this is sewed in. This is not like printed. This is sewed in, you know, high quality snapbacks. So again, I know not everyone's into it. I prefer fitted hats myself, but whatever. I love the podcast symbol. I'm going to have to check it out, dude. Yeah, man, dude, the shirts and dude, this sweatshirt. Oh, I can't. I love the sweatshirts. Will you ever turn on the Xbox and PlayStation lights again for the videos? Yes. The reason they're not on is because I don't have any batteries right now. It takes 3 AAA batteries for each of those, and that the dock light thing is just not on, which you guys can't see. Oh, I guess you can kind of see it right here. It's just not plugged in right now because I'm like, why light that up if I can't light these up? So these right now just need new batteries, and they suck through batteries. Like if I forget to turn them off, it's dumb. So anyways, yeah, eventually, yeah, I just gotta get some AAA batteries. I have a ton of AA batteries. Oh my god, like 70,000 AA batteries in my office right now. It's insane. But I don't have any AAA. Every time I buy AAA, a bunch of my kids' crap uses it. And next thing you know, I don't have any. So like, I need to buy like a pack of like 400 in bulk or something, just so I actually have enough to use. Brent, he's your supporter, Nate. He likes you and isn't against you. You read the comment wrong, but the context of the comment, the context was the other person lying in the comments, not on you. I misunderstood. Oh yeah, no. That's what I said. That's why I thought, I'm like, when I read it, because I read the first one first, and it sounded like he was maybe accusing me. And then I read his prior one, and like, oh wait, he seems to be talking about other people. It was kind of, this happens. People get confused. But still, the sentiment's there. I agree. It's really shitty that people try to scam. I mean, the Switch Lite one in particular, obviously, the fact that 3 people, you know, because one person was the real person, 3 people were trying to scam something that wasn't even a planned giveaway, happened on a whim, and was only because I was trying to be really kind to someone who lost their father. And then they were so generous that they said, no, give it to somebody else. It was one of those situations where it's like such a unique opportunity that came up for that giveaway. That, you know, it just feels extra shitty. Like someone's scamming Switch OLED, it's like, okay, yeah, it's Switch OLED, and that system's not even out. Of course, people are scamming for it. But to scam out of something that you could easily buy yourself is available and is something that was only being given away because of a particular situation that came up in a live stream. Yeah, I understand. There's some extra emotional attachment to that for people where it's like, man, that's a really shitty thing to do. Yeah, it is. But, you know, it's what people do. I've been dealing, if you guys ever wonder, some of the people who won YouTube packages, by the way, or YouTube packages from E3, some of me not getting it out to you guys yet, or hasn't been, you know, you guys haven't received it yet, isn't because I wanted to wait 4 months. Some of it was because it was expensive to ship. But setting aside the expenses of shipping, you know how many people try to fake claim those giveaways and how long it took because of the method we were using for it, and it just became a big cluster F, and it became really difficult to like deconfirm multiple people claiming the same prize. It was a pain in the ass. And took weeks and weeks and weeks to sort out, like getting rid of the people who were faking everything. This is just the reality of giveaways, and this is the thing that makes giveaways so damn difficult to do. If you ever wonder why people use Gleam.io or why we were using Viral Sweep before, and if you wonder why I'm not using Viral Sweep anymore, Viral Sweep's $50 a month. I don't know, man. It's just a lot of money to just toss away at something that I can do on my own. And Viral Sweep didn't always work for people and would cause issues, and it was a mess. But here's the thing. Here's the thing I will say about all of this. And that is, look, the bottom line is, I've been doing giveaways long enough now. It's been over a year that I've been doing giveaways every month. That I've realized that no matter what I do, no matter how big or little the giveaways are, people are always going to try to scam. There's people out there that just want free shit, even if they didn't win. And then when they get called out, or I deny them because somebody else actually followed the rules and did it correctly. And by the way, I'm not going to say people who followed the rules and did it correctly. I'm not going to say that didn't end up being the scammer and the legit winner didn't follow the rules. That might happen. I can't take responsibility for all of that. I can say this is just how you're supposed to do it, and if you didn't do it that way, it's too bad. But my big thing is, because I know that's going to happen, all I can do is the best I can do. And I just hope that if someone ever gets screwed out of something, like if the real Ben Powers got screwed out of the Switch Lite, I hope he doesn't hold it against me, because it wasn't like it was on purpose. I had specific rules, and one of the emails followed those rules, and that was the email I gave it to. I don't know what else I can what else I can do, what else you expect me to do, you know? So it's one of those, yeah, mistakes might happen, but it's not intentional. I try my best to make sure every giveaway winner is the real giveaway winner. It's just so damn hard, you know? And I'm one person. I do this channel all by myself. So it's not like I have a whole team of people to deal with this crap for me, right? Like anything that happens at the channel, thumbnails, editing, recording, scripting, research, giveaway handling, package handling, getting the packages to the post office, shipping. Eric was supposed to handle all of that for me and did none of it. So I've had to do everything. I literally always do everything. Every time other people volunteer to help me, it never works out. The only thing that works out is when I do it. So like, I have to do everything. And because I have to do everything, yeah, mistakes are going to get made because I'm doing so damn much. And this is before you consider the fact that, hey, I'm also, working a different job and raising children and in college. And like, God, I'm busy. I think my fiance is missing me, to be honest, because her and I haven't really got a lot of quality time together lately. Thank you for subscribing, Luke Chensniak and Craig Meany. We also had a membership. Wait, no. Did we? I thought we had a new membership thing. Am I wrong? Hold on, I'm scrolling here. Did I miss a membership thing? I swore. Oh, yeah. Major Blazer! Welcome. You are the latest member of the board of directors of Nintendo Prime. Whoop, whoop, everybody! Thank you so much for becoming the latest member of the board of directors, man. That actually puts us up to 188. This thing's not updating because YouTube's kind of broken. So we're at 188. 12 more to go to our next giveaway. I didn't mean Nate. I meant those pieces of shit. Yeah. I mean, that's just, it is what it is, you know? And I think by now, you guys, I think one thing that endears my audience, what was that? Was that a super chat? What is that? Someone buy some merch? Wait a second. Was that a merch purchase? Hold up. Did we have a merch purchase happen live on stream? Let me open up Streamlabs. I saw the thing pop up over on my streaming computer, but like my streaming computer is really far away because I don't have my full setup right now. Normally it would be like right here, but I don't have my full setup at the moment. I will by the end of the month. I have a new monitor coming in, and then things go back to the way they were during E3. Let me see here. Go to my dashboard, dang it. Someone bought a Nintendo Prime. Question. Bought one Nintendo Prime hat. Well, hey, man, whoever bought that hat, let's go. Merch sale up in here. That's awesome, man. I hope you enjoy that hat. I don't know which one you got. There's different colors. I don't know if you went with white, whoever bought it, but dude, that's pretty sick, man. The white one's super sick. That's the one I have. I eventually want to get like all the different colors, and I want to get all the different colors of shirts and sweatshirts. I don't have the money, because believe it or not, I have to pay for the stuff too. I don't just get the merch for free. Hey, Ultra Moon Trainer! Welcome, you become the latest member of the board of directors of Nintendo Prime. Thank you so much for that. That gets us to 189. So again, this isn't updating. We're 11 short of 200 for our next giveaway. Thank you so much for that. I greatly appreciate the membership and the support and all that, and I hope you guys decide you want to renew your memberships month over month again, because it just shows great support for the channel. And every now and then we have member exclusive giveaways during live streams and stuff like that as well. So there's a little bit of extra benefits there. There's technically benefits of the different membership tiers. Probably should pay attention, because I think we have two $50 members right now that I owe gameplay sessions to. I probably should find a way to get a hold of them and actually get those gameplay sessions done this month. All right, let's see here. Will Nintendo add more Sega consoles to Switch Online? I have no idea. Does the OLED Switch fit in the Satisfy Pro grip? Nope. Got to get all new grips. So one thing I'm going to say that I've noticed, by the way, thank you so much for your guys' support. The fact that we have almost 200 people who are members right now, to me, is just absolutely insane. I know we gained like 100 or something on Friday. That was nuts. But like, I'm always kind of amazed by the support the channel gets, and I feel like I shouldn't be. But I guess I never want to lose that humble factor of just being shocked. I mean, over $100 in super chats tonight. Someone just bought a hat. We have, 100 and whatever, 86, 89 members. Like, it's insane to me. This doesn't even count like the 25 to 30 members we have on Patreon. The community support is big and means a lot, because it's one thing to have your ad revenue, but when the community themselves want to show love for what you do, that to me is just special, because it means that you are entertaining enough or bring a smile enough to their face that they want to support you. And like, my channel is not perfect. I made mistakes in my Switch OLED. Like, I still make mistakes. But I think one thing that I hope has always come through over 4 years, our longtime viewers can maybe attest to this, is one, I've grown as a person, as a content creator. Some of the mistakes I used to make, I don't make anymore. At least I hope I don't. I don't know. Our longtime viewers can let me know in the comments on that. But I think is that whether it was back then or whether it's today, I try to be as honest as I can, as upfront as I can, and as genuine as I can. And yeah, sometimes I'm going to be a little cocky. Sometimes I'm going to be human and make mistakes. Sometimes I'm going to say the wrong thing. Sometimes something I say might come across as e-begging. I hope that hasn't been the case for a long time. I hope I've learned from all the things I used to say. And I feel like it's funny because a lot of the things that are happening now with the channel, and it's getting more support than it's ever gotten before, at a time that I'm not actively telling people to do it. I'm like, yeah, if we hit 200, it's a new giveaway, but like, that's it. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to say another word until we get a new member. Oh my gosh, you only donated $1? What's wrong with you? Why wasn't it 20? Like, I was watching how some people, it just, ugh. So I always feel like, that maybe that's why I have such a loyal, like some of the fans I've had around for a long time, they're so loyal because I'm not perfect, but I'm not going to purposely lie to you guys about anything, Nothing I tell you is going to be a known lie. Unless I'm planning a surprise, and then it's sort of like a white lie. Like, I want to lie about something because I know something big is about to happen. And then, like, that's like a white lie, though. So then that's like a lie for a good reason. I don't know. I don't think I've ever had a white lie to you guys before, so. All right, let me get back to what you guys are saying in the chat here. Thank you, Alex Arias. I love Nintendo Prime's content. You could check my likes and sub time, but honestly, I was telling the people who were trying to. Yeah. Dude, I understand what you mean, Brandon. You're all good, man. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It was just because I read your comments out of order. So that's like it. Don't worry about it. We're all good, man. I was never mad at you. Why do I have the Nintendo Wii photo back here? You guys just notice this? Hey, it's the Wii, baby. And it's the Wii Mini. Remember, big fun mini. I didn't even know I had a picture of the Wii Mini on my computer. So here you go. Here's the Wii Mini. I didn't realize that I had a Wii Mini in my photo album. That's good to know. I wonder how long that's been up. I've been around for a year and a half, something like that. Nice, man. I dig you. You are real. Emotions sometimes cloud your judgment. What if you are wrong? You actually, yeah. I mean, I try. The one thing I've been really forcing myself hard in like the last year, from last September to October this year, is being like, look, I got my personal life, I got my kid. Let's kind of set that stuff aside. Like they're big parts of my life, but let's not. Sometimes like the drama of real life, I would sometimes bring into the channel in the past, and that is something I have definitely tried to be like, no, we're here to talk video games. We're here to have fun. We're here to shoot the shit. Yeah. You never heard of the Wii Mini? That's okay. It didn't exactly sell well. Let's just put it that way. You're not selling Wiis? Damn. How's your day going? Hope it's good. What's with the Wii Mini? Nothing happened with the light giveaway. It's over with. The person already received it on Sunday. So I don't know what you're talking about with the light giveaway. That was last Friday. For the last 1.5. We keep you concentrated and entertained. Let me see here. What else we got? So that's the photo it was on. There's Skyward Sword HD. See, Breath of the Wild. See, this makes sense. Some of these make sense. I don't know why I have a Minish cap. And that's a really old thumbnail. Holy crud. Yeah, that's the end of that. There's some patent pictures. What the hell? Podcast. Heck, this is before I even paid for the podcast logo. This still has the preview all over it. Yeah, I love this photo. I love that photo of Breath of the Wild. We're going to leave that one. Breath of the Wild too. I'm going to leave that one up. I like that one. I like that screenshot a lot. Dude, this is going to look insane on OLED, by the way. This image here, I should probably just go on YouTube and watch the trailer. God, I bet you the trailer looks phenomenal on the OLED. When did that get me? I really like your content. It always makes my day and week. We don't just shoot the shit here. We make a full-scale movie out of it. Dude, well, you know what was funny? So earlier today, because I try to read every comment on my videos. I don't always get to everyone, but I really try hard to read every single comment. So, like, I did my news video this morning, where I mentioned I was probably going to be live streaming tonight, right? I put my live stream schedule for the week at the end of that video. And I mentioned I was going to be live streaming tonight. And there was someone who said to the effect, like, after last Friday, I'm never going to watch a live stream again. And I kept wondering, like, so I remember everything that happened last Friday. People think that I was intoxicated out of my mind and hungover. I didn't even have a hangover. I kind of hate that I can drink that much alcohol and be okay the next day. I hate my body because it can handle so much, and that's just not good. That's not healthy, right, that I can handle so much. I don't think it's healthy. But the bottom line is, I was fine, and I knew I'd be fine, and I was fine the whole time. I wasn't even tipsy going to bed. I never once got tipsy that whole stream. There was a moment that I was feeling it after that tequila, and I started slurring my words a little, but then kind of, I don't know if you say sobered up, but, you know, started feeling fine after a little while. The thing is I wonder if, like, the people who say that are just disgusted that a grown adult man is drinking on a live stream. Because I can't think of anything I said that was bad. Now, I believe my butt crack showed like twice. I mean, what are you gonna do? At least that's what Yulia said. I don't know. I haven't been able to find it, but Yulia claimed that my butt crack showed a couple times, and I could understand that if I turn around or something like that, maybe you see the top. I have a big ass. It is what it is, you know. Yeah, I just don't know. I always wondered like what would cause. Like I thought Friday's stream was phenomenal. And I'm not talking because of the super chats, dude. 1,200 plus viewers. The chat was just popping off like crazy. I'm sure there was a lot of people in the chat because it was moving so fast I couldn't read it all. A lot of people probably just e-begging for giveaways, but I don't know, man. It feels weird when I hear like what I felt was like one of my best streams of all time, and all of a sudden, after the stream, I'm never watching you live again. And I think I responded to him something like, "So you don't like who I am?" Okay, cool. Because honestly, like on my live streams, I swear I am more myself than any other piece of content I do. And I mean, I shouldn't say that. Like when I'm more serious in my news videos, that's still me, but that's only like a part of me. I like letting myself get loose here, you know? I like popping off. I like hitting the air horn going. I like having fun, you know? So I don't know. Not everyone likes to have the same kind of fun I do. Yeah, there was crack. Yeah. And again, I never found it, but I'm sure it happened. It is what it is. I'm just kind of hoping that YouTube doesn't get mad at me over some top of the ass crack showing. I mean, they let women walk around in like thong bikinis on YouTube, so what's the problem? Is the volume good in the OLED? To my ears, it sounds exactly the same. What happened to the Switch Lite giveaway? What do you mean what happened to it? Why do you keep asking about it? Nothing happened. It was given away last Friday, and the winner received it on Sunday. I thought you were auditioning to take Chris Pratt's role. Jesus. He's probably saying that because he is mad since he didn't win the giveaway. I don't know. I mean, there were some people that got frustrated because I didn't actually give the OLED away till like 3.5 hours in or something. And to that I say, hey, it's free. And that's kind of the breaks. I think people get angry because they don't think I'm being considerate of their time. And to that I say, go ahead and get angry because you're not being considerate to the fact that I just spent $400 plus shipping to buy someone a Switch OLED. So yeah, if I'm going to spend the money, I'm going to decide when I'm going to do it. And if I'm having a massively successful live stream, why would I want to, shoot my load early, right? Like, why would I want to do that? Why wouldn't I want to wait till towards the end? So it's one of those situations where it's like, yeah, I can respect your time, but can you respect the fact that I'm shelling out a shitload of money for somebody? I spent more on that stream than that stream made. Think about all those super chats we got, right? We give away a Switch Lite and a Switch OLED. Well, there's $650 right there. Stream didn't make $650. But there's $650 right there. Then I gave away a $99 eShop gift card. That's $750. Then I gave away a $50 eShop gift card. That's $800. And then a $20 eShop gift card. I gave away $820 worth of shit last Friday. That stream didn't make that money back. So it's like, the stream was costing me money the more it ran. So, I don't know. People are selfish. They only think of themselves. They don't think of the person who's doing it, and think that I'm just being a selfish prick about things. And it's like, dude, I'm the one spending the money, man. If you don't want to wait, then don't wait. You can't be up, don't be up. You see how many people are here. You see how low your chances are of winning. So chances are, if you stuck around for the 3.5 hours, you probably weren't going to win because there was 1,200 people there, and only, 4 people won something, or 4 or 5 people won something, on Friday. Like, yeah, that's a pretty low percentage of people compared to how many people were there. Still better odds in the lottery, but, still better odds than a lot of other giveaways, but still, I mean, you could tell, okay, he has a lot of people here. It's not really worth sticking around. That's a choice you could have made. But I don't know. I think it had more to. I've seen people get really upset that I drink on live stream, and I just go, I really don't give 2 flying fucks. I drink, get over it. That's actually a great argument there. The more the stream went on, the more I gave, and it was not proportional. Yeah, I mean to be honest, if I would have just gave away the Switch OLED like an hour and a half in, I probably would have at least broke even. But I didn't. So what are you gonna do? You give so much back and you keep upgrading. It can't be. Dude, it did pay in the ass. And like I still want to get a new camera. This camera is not really the right one that I want. I want to use this one as my down shooter. I basically want to have it permanently affixed like to the ceiling here as a down shooter, and then have an actual pro grade camera. There's a lot of things I want to do. I want to upgrade this TV back here, which it's fine for what it is, but I want to upgrade it. There's a few things. I'm good with the computer now. I got a sick monitor setup coming, so I'm good with that. I need to get a new capture card that could take 2 camera inputs instead of 1. This I think I'm going to be fine. I do want to get a new external capture card, but for now I'm okay. I just want to get a new internal capture card that can take 2 camera inputs. But yeah, there's a lot of things that I want to do. Reality is though, I just bought these lav mics. This is a $100 lav mic. Where is it? Right here. It's hidden. Right. $100 lav mic. Like, I don't know. I'm always trying to upgrade my stuff and make it look better and sound better and do everything I can to be better. You like the fantasy football? I'm in 3 fantasy football leagues, so yes. Let me see. How did I do this week? Let's find out. First off, did they ever play that game tonight? It was rain delayed in the dome, which meant the dome was leaking, so that's fun. And Justin Herbert, good for you, man. Justin Herbert's having a good year. All right, so let's see. That's a win. Well, okay, so I also co-managed one of Eric's teams. So this was a win for me. DJ Moore just went freaking off. That's awesome. Anyways, all right, so that's a win. That got me to even in that league at 2-2. Let's see here. Eric's team. Did he win? Eric won. Thanks to Justin Herbert going off. Sweet. Good for him. So he won. Let's see here. And then where is my... then I have one on Yahoo Fantasy. I manage a bar league. And I lost. I think I already knew I lost before today, though. It doesn't help that I had Logan Thomason who got hurt. And Joe Mixon got hurt. Chris Carson barely did anything. So I just had a bad week. But that's all right. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. I have a bunch of fantasy basketball drafts coming up too. Please just don't say shoot my load ever again. Dude, I'll shoot my load all over this shit. Got to 2-hand that beast. Your butt did show once when you were showing off your merch. Cool. Well, hopefully you guys liked checking out my ears. You all know that kid from Ryan's World or whatever that makes videos for all of our little siblings and kids? Yeah, I think Nate could be a cross between them and Mr. Beast in the future. I hope he grows big. That man, Mr. Beast! My God, you know how many, like... So I have some crazy ideas. So, like, Mr. Beast has a whole bunch of channels. He does, like, the Mr. Beast gaming channel. And he's like, hey, the winner of this will get, like, whoever can do this in X amount of time will get, like, 10,000. Like, I have, like, some really cool ideas to, like, how to do this with Nintendo games. Because, like, Minecraft is cool and everything because he does a lot of Minecraft ones. But there's, like, some really cool things you could do with super popular Nintendo games where I could offer, like, massive prize money pools. That would just be insane. And I think those videos would blow the hell up. But I don't have the kind of money to be like, hey, why don't you come compete? Like for me, it'd be like, hey, you guys are gonna compete in this thing, and the winner gets $100. And it's like, that sounds cool. I don't know that that's gonna draw attention on YouTube though. Right? Like it's gonna have to be something that draws much more attention than that. I have an extra Elgato HD60S if you want it. Now, that's cool, dude. I have an Elgato HD60 right here. It's not the S one, though. I think it's the one before the S. Dude, I've had this Elgato HD60 This dates back to when I was a teenager, I think. I've had this thing forever. It doesn't work as well as I want. So there's a couple. So one, I don't really like Elgato products at this point. The Stream Deck is fine, but like most of their products are just really letting me down. There's a couple internal capture cards that could take 4 inputs that I thought about getting because I could literally run 2 cameras in plus my switch. That would be really cool. But I don't know, man. There's nothing that's really exactly what I want. Because what I really want is a 4-port input where all 4 inputs on the capture card are 4K 60. So then I could run 2 to 3 4K cameras in, or 2 4K cameras, my Switch, or future Nintendo platform, be future-proof there. And then also a PS5 or something else in it as well. Like, I ideally want something like that. It just doesn't exist. Like, the best one out there, let me see. Max device internal capture card. I think it's 4, and it's all 1080p 60. So like this one. So this Maxwell PCIe 8X 2-channel. So this is the one that I want, I think. So this is a PCIe 8 2-channel 4K capture card from Maxwell. Supports the resolution up to 4K. Features 2 HDMI. So this one just has 2 HDMI inputs and 2 loop outs, right? That's $1,800 for that. Isn't that insane? And it's still not enough. Still not enough. So stupid. So like there's 4-port ones, but they're all 1080p 60, and I want better than that. And so it's just it's a pain in the ass. What I want is so freaking expensive. Why do I have to have the most complicated setup on YouTube? I'm not even, do you guys know how complex this setup is? Do you guys have a fundamental understanding of what it takes to do the show I do? It's insane. 2 computers, right? So you have 2 computers. You have a main shooter camera that's, whatever, some sort of distance away from me. It is what it is. Obviously, you have the desk setup here. You have an audio interface here, so I can use lav mics or other mics right here on this set. This audio interface has to be run with multiple extenders across the room to the main computer, so it can actually record the complete audio in the highest quality possible settings. If I ever want to show you guys on a live stream something, I have to run a second monitor that sits on a little table down here, so that I run an extender over to the streaming computer so I can have a monitor right here to show you guys things and interact with the stream. I have this Stream Deck that's running voice mod and a whole bunch of other things running on multiple extenders across the damn room. I have a third backup computer down here in case this one shits the bed. I can still turn this one on and run this damn screen at least so it's not blank back here. I've got these 2 damn freaking Ewin racing chairs. I got a rotating background thing that we have to manually remove. Ideally, I would like this to be a $20,000 video wall someday. But who the hell's got $20,000 to spend on a video wall? Not me. So what we have is rotating canvas art. So that's a pain in the ass. I got a studio light that is honestly further away than most people would think it is. That studio light is probably 20 feet away from me at the complete other side of the room because I only have one of them, and I really need one here and one here, but then I have nowhere to frickin' put them. Ideally, they should just be hanging off the damn ceiling, but I don't have ceiling mounts for it. The camera I was using for all my Switch OLED comparisons is a ceiling mount phone thing right here that I had to remove because it was showing on camera during my full pan shots for the podcast. So I had to reinstall this and uninstall this every time I want to use it, which is putting 10,000 holes in my freaking ceiling because, of course, I'm too stupid to make ones I can freaking just reuse all the goddamn time. I've got 2 different giant-ass whiteboards in here. I'm running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different screens. All of this to make this one live stream happen. And have it all be super reusable to make my standalone videos. Oh man, it's just a lot. I don't know if I've ever sat back and just thought hard about how complex this setup is compared to what it used to be. You know how easy YouTube used to be for me? I used to have a gaming collection on the wall here, a gaming collection. There was my desk right here. I would turn the desk so I could put the camera on a tripod behind the desk, point it at the wall, and then I would just stand up and talk. Like, you ever see beat 'em ups videos where like he just stands up and talks in front of the gaming collection? That's what it was. Nice and simple. Point the camera down at me so I could sit at my computer desk and live stream, one monitor, no problem. You know, point the camera up, stand up, and go back by the gaming collection. And you know why I stopped doing it? Because everyone does their videos that way. Every single person does. Like, who else has a set like I do? Can you name one person that has a set like mine? I can't. I love practical sets. I don't like green screens. I've done the green screen thing. I don't like it. Like, who else can you think of has a set like I do? But like, to make this all work, because by the way, a lot of the reason that things have to work this way is because I'm by myself. A lot of other places, like when you watch like a Linus Tech Tips or a Jay's 2 Cents, and you see them using practical sets and walking around and like, they have multiple people that make that crap work. I'm by myself. So everything about my setup has to be able to be managed from either here or over there or anywhere I walk. Like, if I ever get a because my ideal is that I want a rotating swivel camera. So I want to take this main shooter, put it on a swivel that's a separate camera that will rotate the camera as I walk. By the way, it does exist. It's super freaking expensive. And then as I'm recording, I could walk over here to grab something presented. I also want this desk to be upgraded to a sit-to-stand desk. So I want it to be in sitting position like this for things like podcasts. But then like when I'm talking about the OLED or tearing it apart, I want this desk to raise up and be like right here, so I can have a stand-up video where I'm standing at the desk. But I can't right now because I don't have a sit-to-stand desk here, and it has to be a stupidly long one because that's to doubly work as a podcast long table. So I have a stupidly complex setup for a YouTuber my size. It's insane, and I've never seen any other YouTuber with a setup like mine who just does things on their own because it's stupid. But I feel like all of it leads to better quality. It's weird because it's all set up in a way that I need to do minimal editing on my videos. Some people might prefer I do more editing. And I agree. I would like to do more fancy editing on my videos. I don't have time. I've already explained I have another job, full-time college student, full-time parent. I don't have time. So I have to manage my time efficiently. So everything about this setup, as big of a pain in the ass as it is set up to be as efficient as possible that if news breaks, I can go from that computer, getting my notes ready, to here, to image here, to camera on, to record, sit down, done, and shoot the video out and get it out in 40 minutes max. Like, everything about my setup is idealized to just get shit done quickly with minimal editing. It's insane. I'm insane. And by the way, none of you guys need to do any of this shit to be successful on YouTube. I don't think there's anyone else who does what I do. The way that I do it. The way that I do it. I've literally sought out so much advice for how my setup works, and everyone's like, what are you trying to do? Wait, you're by yourself? Don't you have someone in the control room with a mixer handling this or handling camera flips or this? No. There's just me in a room by myself. Shout out to Adam Butters! Thank you, Adam Buzz, for the $5. You think I didn't see it? I saw it. I wanted to get my little tangent over. Sometimes it's good to get it off your chest, just how like insane my setup is. Shots. You wanted me to do shots? Got it for you, buddy. I am doing cap shots tonight, so I got you. I got a shot for you. You're insane. How many new members joined during the OLED giveaway stream? 108, I think was the grand total. the most we've ever had in any single stream, that's for sure. We didn't even gain that many during E3. We hardly gained members during E3. We actually lost members during E3. But we're actually at 189 right now. We have 3 new join tonight. Who knows? Maybe we'll hit 200 by the end of the week. We still have tomorrow's. Hey! We Smash stream tomorrow. So I'll do that one with me next week. Yeah, just doing cap shots because I got that. I got too much crap going on tomorrow, including the Smash stream. You're insane. Like a pro, also says. Nobody broke down the OLED like me. So I have one debate left with my OLED. I technically have not done a total teardown. And I know Spawn Wave and others are going to do it on day one. So I have this internal debate because since I have this access to this platform, where do I just outright decide, fuck it, I'm going to take this whole damn thing apart and I'm going to do it now. And I literally take every component apart, not knowing what I'm going to break or whether or not I can get it back together. Like, at what point do I just decide, fuck it? I just did it with the dock today. So at what point do I just decide, fuck it? Because I have a unique opportunity to do something no one's ever done. Probably Wednesday. Probably, I'm going to be honest, I'm probably doing it on Wednesday. I know myself. It's a unique piece of content. I bought this damn thing to do the content. So why am I afraid to do the content? I have a new OLED coming on Friday. Worst case scenario, I fundamentally break this thing and then have to wait a couple days to do content with it again. And then this becomes like a background showpiece or something. Or it's extra parts. I don't even know. Don't do it. Do it. You already, yeah, I mean, it's going to happen on Wednesday. I just already know. Wednesday, I'm going to say, fuck it. This is my last chance to really do this before other people get their hands on it. Fuck it. Just do it. Just tear this sumbitch apart. Maybe even get the good camera on it. Damn it. I know I'm going to do it. Son of a bitch, Nate. Yes, son of a bitch. I know I'm going to do it. No. It's okay. It's okay. I'm confident in my abilities, but all right. What's up, Gin Jerky? How's it going, man? What are the box dimensions? Tiny and tiny. I don't have the dimensions in front of me, and I don't have a tape measure. But there's the Switch OLED. There's that. So it's like Switch OLED stacked twice with the dock. And I would say it's like 2 of these wide. So like it's 4 of these. Imagine like 4 of these, like one here, and then one behind it, and one behind it. That's kind of how the box is. It's tiny. Like here, for comparison's sake, here's the version 2 box, which is essentially exactly the same as the original box. Here's the Switch OLED box. So you can see, Switch OLED box is smaller, and although it's slightly wider, like ever so slightly wider, but it's a smaller overall box. So it's small compared to the original. Well, this is obviously not the original box, but you know what I mean. It's small compared to that. What are the box dimensions? So yeah, I don't know the exact dimensions. How did you get that before launch day anyways? So a stork dropped it off. You know, just like storks drop off babies, and suddenly you're a parent. A stork just kind of flew in with its wings just fully spread wide. And then, I don't know, I think I hit it with a BB gun, and it just happened to drop one of these sons of bitches right in the middle of my driveway. That's how I got it early. Poor little stork. I'm pretty sure if I shot it with a BB gun, I might be in jail. Is it illegal to shoot storks with BB guns? I have no idea. We don't have storks in this area, so I have no idea what the laws are for that. I know I'm not allowed to shoot the dang woodpecker. Okay, our house keeps getting pecked by the same 3 woodpeckers, and I'm not allowed to shoot them with BB guns. It pisses me off. because they're considered a protected bird. I don't give a shit. I'm trying to protect my fucking house. God damn. I know I believe in animal rights and I believe in like trying to like protect, but I'm sorry, you attack me, that gives me the right to attack you, you son of a bitch. But laws be what they are, you know. Cost me money. And I've tried everything to get rid of those damn woodpeckers. I've tried owl statues, and I'm just gonna have to go buy an owl. And that's the key. Buy a damn owl and just release it and let it go to town. Let nature take its course by forcing it to take its course, by bringing a predator right to my yard. Will there be a discount for Black Friday sales? Probably not. Hey, Nate, just gotta let you know you're awesome for the simple fact that you're honest. Thanks. Appreciate it. All right, I think that's gonna do it because I gotta wake up early. Well, I gotta wake up early every day with my kids, but I actually have to stay awake. Can't go take a little power nap after because as soon as my kids get on the bus, I gotta get my stream all set up for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Sakurai presents 40 minutes. We'll be going live a full hour before the event starts, and then we'll obviously watch the event together, react to it together, and then, probably close it out 20 minutes after the event. I plan to be done streaming, depending on what happens with the event. I plan to be done streaming, it's basically going to be like a 2-hour morning stream. I think tomorrow's also podcast day, right? Yeah, so we also have the podcast tomorrow. So we'll see if I even do any other videos tomorrow. I might just be too busy. Because the time I use the video, I'm going to be reacting to Smash Bros. So. A couple hawks. Do let spiders live in my apartment. Kills everything else. Nice. Have a good one, Paul. All right, thank you guys for tuning in. You guys are awesome. Thank you for all the support tonight. We had over $100 in Super Chats tonight. I really appreciate that support. We had a handful of new members. We had someone buy some merch tonight. That's really cool. I love the merch, and I hope you guys love it too when you do get it. I'm trying to make sure it's high-quality merch. This is sweet. So I'm pretty happy. You guys have a lovely evening. Good night. Hopefully I'll catch you guys at our Smash stream tomorrow.